Going live? Are we live yet? All right, what's up, YouTube? Sorry, it took me a while to figure this out, man. Still figuring out all this software stuff on the laptop. Got some good Wi-Fi. Hopefully I set up the link and everything correctly so you guys can figure this out. This is the van right now. I'm parked. And it's going to be quite a mess in here right now. Big weekend vibe. So I want to show you guys what I'm doing here. And I'm also going to talk about just spirituality, health, answering your questions. I'm here for you guys. So it's Monday. Going to do this every week. Okay. Every Monday, I'm going to try to get on this live stream on YouTube and make that commitment right now. And again, sorry for the mess. I apologize for the mess, but I'm going to clean up right now, actually, while, if you guys are coming on. And yeah, just happy to see everyone here. Just started the live stream. So come on, answer your questions. Alison's doing some work. She's going to be coming on the video here in a little bit. So yeah, what's up, people? It just started this live stream. I'm just kind of figuring this all out. So if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate. Drop them right there, and we will get at it. Like I said, it's super messy in the van right now. So I'm going to be cleaning. I got my charger just in case this laptop dies. So yeah, here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Super mess. Actually, I'm ready to clean all this up. Clean up this mess first. So, if you guys have any questions, talking health, talking spirituality, that's what we're doing today. So, let me know if you guys have any specific questions, and we will get right to it. Oh, look who it is.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah, you can come in. The live stream's going. I'm just got to clean up and make room for us. Lots of cleaning to do. It took me a while to figure this out. I have to do all the software stuff. It's very different than the other live streams. So yeah, what's up? We got 2 people so far. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. It's cleanup time. Apologize for the mess. And yeah, we're going to get right to it. If you guys have some questions, otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling on. So it's what? Veg Fest, no, it wasn't Veg Fest. What was it called?
It was Vegan Street Fair.
Vegan Street Fair was amazing. That's what this mess is. We're cleaning up from the Vegan Street Fair.
Because we ate so much good food and then totally crashed again.
Oh, okay. Dirty clothes, dirty clothes. Dirty clothes piles going up here. Jacket goes over here. All these clothes. I'm going to have to move for a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Come on the video. Give you guys a few minutes here, or you just get organized. And we're going to sit down and chat. So happy Monday, first of all. What's up? Nobody said anything yet. I know it's early. It's Monday. People are probably still sleeping in, for all I know. Look at the van mess right now. All right, so we're going to be on here for a while this time. Last live stream was only 20 minutes because honestly, I'm still figuring out. You might want to move this. I'm going to put all this stuff in. Still figuring out all this software. You have to have all these things downloaded. Hey, can you put this in the thing, which is right there in the front seat? Just hold all these blankets. Cheers to all my health. People are here, herbal tonics, cheers. Oh. Hibiscus, lemon, nettle, What else is in here? Alfalfa I put in here this morning. Arco. Root. No, that's a bark actually. Barking at the tree, barking at the dogs. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of this is actually like gaming software. A lot of people do live streams while they game, and they just film. Like, imagine gaming now, and you literally are in a live stream on YouTube while you're gaming.
That's so good.
So you're playing Xbox or whatever, but people can see your screen. Yeah, we should. What game should we play, people? No, I'm sorry. I don't have time to play games. Don't answer that question.
We're not going down that road.
I don't have enough room on my computer. I don't have enough room on my phone.
Time in the day.
Not enough time in the day for stuff like that, but it's just crazy. There we go. We got somebody. Hardenly. Hey, dude, what's up? Tin Man. What's up? What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Truly appreciate it. We're loving life. Rocking. Welcome. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the Musty Van.
Sometimes I want to prepare a topic, but people always ask such good questions.
Spirituality and health is the topic today.
Fun
I did that.
Okay.
So if we can talk about spirituality and health right now, and then if people have questions, we'll just answer them. But yeah, you got to have topics. We'll have a different topic every week because it's Mondays. I said it. Every Monday.
All right.
Every Monday. Okay? I'm going to see you guys here every Monday. Here.
So, how do you see...
I can't see you. Get in there.
Oh, that's good.
Get in there. Hi. Say hi to Alison.
Okay, so how do you see spirituality and health, like, intersecting?
They just go hand in hand, you know, in my opinion. That's, you know, why I started all this, because people... Oh, careful. Careful there. People, I didn't want to just start my channel, you know, about health and just talk about raw foods or whatever, because I know a lot of really unhealthy people that are claiming to be healthy, and I know a lot of spiritual people that are not healthy too.
Yeah.
So it's all about the balance. You know, when I lived at the Hare Krishna temple, there you should have seen the food there. It was, you know, not judging it. I'm just saying there was a lot of dairy, a lot of processed food, a lot of things, you know, and I was complaining every day. And it's just one of those things where I think people are getting that message in like a general kind of broad way, but they're not getting it in that full spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Well, man, feeling great. Feeling good here, guys. Loving life. Sunshine.
Oh, it's
spring is finally
warm in
here.
LA, and it feels so good. Oh
it feels really good to finally have some sun. That's like the one positive thing I can say about LA or just Southern California.
The weather.
Is the weather. Yes. New seat. If you guys haven't seen, I actually got a new hat too. Farmer Rob is here for you. So, but I just wanted to show you this awesome chair in the van. Have you guys seen the video? This took a long time to find and hunt.
We found the perfect chair, and it has a seatbelt already attached to it. That's my favorite part.
Yeah,
it's
baby.
So cool.
Gotta love it.
So we have our little baby corner going over here.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be so fun.
Rocking that baby to sleep. Yeah, let's see what else we got on here. Thank you. Yeah, we're feeling great. So we just want to, you know, if you have questions, please don't hesitate. Just drop them right here so we can kind of get this going a little bit. There is a lot of ex-vegan drama. What do you guys think about raw alignment, huh? What do you think about...
Well, I think like
Ravana,
it's really brought up some good points about kind of the vegan movement and who the big people have been, and like people's tendencies towards eating disordered or still disordered eating, or the focus not being on like a well-rounded diet and showing instead these like diet extremes, you know? Yeah.
How old are you? Oh, good question. Let's take guesses. How old am I? Let's see. Joy W. How old are you? Okay, so I'm going to take guesses. I'm going to take just 3 guesses first, all right? And then I'm going to tell you the answer. So 3 guesses. I need to see 3 guesses right here in this comment thing, you know, in the, I'm not sure which side of the screen it's on. It's on my right of the screen. Oh, all right. Boom. Sorry, somebody already got it first because she's probably following me. Oh, 35. Oh, okay. Definitely. Do I look 35? It's the beard. I get it, guys. I get it. I'm growing the beard out, you know, and I get it. It makes me look older. If I shave right now, I guarantee I'd be 18. Haven't shaved. You probably think I'm 12, honestly, because if I If it weren't for the hair on my body, you'd probably think I was a teenager. And to be honest, that's why I love growing my hair out, because I don't want that look, you know? It's one of those things where I just feel more mature, you know, with my beard. So yeah, it's staying. Ding, ding, ding. The correct answer is 30, though. Good job. 3 guesses. That was the first one. Cassia. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right there. 30. I'm 30 years old. I'm going to be 31 on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 1988 is my birthday. So yes, 30 years old, 30 years young, loving life, loving. I can't believe I'm going to be 31 in May too, when I really think about that. It's really, because honestly, my sense of time is very different than most people. So, yeah, 30 to me, it's like nothing. Yeah, don't really feel much. Fellow Taurus, that's right. So Taurus, I don't want to get it. I posted, you see the post I put this morning about astrology with Jim Carrey. It's one of those things where I love astrology, but I do not like people that use it as a vehicle for justifying their actions.
Oh, well, you're a Taurus.
I'm a Taurus, guys. So actually, I'm super stubborn. So I'm so stubborn that you guys just have to deal with it. Right?
Astrology was like one of the first things that we kind of talked about too, and you were always like,
I love astrology. I know a lot about it, but like I said, people use it for justifying their actions instead of actually using it as a vehicle for liberation.
Right.
See? And
it's
that's
like
what
the way
think.
I look at it is it's a potential system for self-knowledge. Like if it helps
That's a good way to look at it.
If it is a tool that helps you understand yourself better and be like, that makes sense because of this, and then it like gives you all these connections, and that can be helpful.
That can be helpful, but the majority though, what is it? Oh, I'm a Taurus, so I'm an astrologer. So you just have to kind of deal with my shit.
Or I think a lot of people get into it because of like horoscopes. They want to know what they want to predict the future or something. What is in the future for me, and it's like you create your reality.
How long? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thanks for the question. You look younger. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like I said, if I shaved, I would look 12, but I get it. I'm not going for the look, guys. When you're about yoga, you're about the soul. Okay, I'm not about body consciousness. I'm not about big muscles. I do have a 6-pack though. It's there. Just to show you. Just kidding. How long have you been on your LOC journey? Thank you. It's a great question. I don't want my entire channel to be about the dreadlocks, but I do have some videos about it.
Literally I've been everywhere we go. Like every single time we go out in public, he gets asked about his hair, and it's like people want to come up and like, I don't know. They talk to him. He makes friends everywhere we go.
I've been vegetarian forever, but I got more honestly plant-based. I just need to find cruelty-free body soaps, etc. Good. Yes. It's 2019, people. I mean, all that stuff is available. I mean, we were at the Veg Fest yesterday, and it was insane how many vegan food options there were, how many cruelty-free toothpaste companies there are now, how many soap products, deodorants. I mean, you name it, it's there. So that is like really easy to find. Alison's actually the one to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I talk about natural body care a lot because it's really easy to make your own stuff. Or usually if you just look for products that are all natural too, you can avoid a lot of the weird, I mean, obviously chemicals, but animal products in them as well. But it's really easy to like make your own stuff. I have I don't know if I have any videos on my channel about like recipes for things. I should though.
Not recipes, but he's just asking about like cruelty-free body soaps.
I would say in general, just like try to avoid buying anything at the store. If you just like
packaged stuff. Usually the good stuff is like raw in the natural form, like shea butter or whatever.
For just a basic body soap, just get Dr. Bronner's.
Dr. Bronner's is the best.
And all natural.
Seriously.
I think that there are places too where you can actually take your Dr. Bronner's bottles. They're really reusable. You can use the same bottle like forever, and then you can go take it and get them refilled places too.
Yeah. Yep, I've done that quite a bit. It lasts a really long time. First part of the question was, how long have you been on your LOC journey? And the answer is, I don't know. It's been, it's a mixed question because technically I haven't had like a haircut, in longer, like 13 or 14 years, but they haven't been like locked up for probably almost 10 years, like 9 to 10 years now.
What was your hair like before?
Just wide and bushy like this. It would grow out, not down, So you have those, there's a few. Anyone who knows Coheed and Cambria, Claudio Sanchez, that's what my hair looked like. It was wide and went out like this. It didn't go down. It went out this way.
I wish I could have been there for that.
There's no pictures that exist on the internet. Actually, my sister, Heather has probably some pictures. Yeah. Nobody else has any sort of idea of what I even looked like before dreadlocks, so it's kind of entertaining. Homemade natural toothpaste. Yes. So we just use essential oils. There's no, please do not buy like a packaged thing. You know, you don't need to get in any brands, you know. It's about like just using essential oils and direct, like when I think about essential oils, it's like directly from the plant, right? You're just taking a plant like peppermint and extracting the oils out. I put that on my teeth and I just swish it around with a bamboo toothbrush, you know? There's no way to complicate it. There's no need to complicate this. Yes, I do some black activated charcoal once in a while. I do some oil pulling and things like that.
There
but
are
don't follow the trends.
Toothpaste recipes too that use like baking soda and stuff if you want something more like that, but you really don't need that on your teeth. Don't need it. Wouldn't recommend it. Artemis has a great book called Holistic Dental Care. So if you want to read about it, it's available on Amazon. I own it. It's really good. So yeah.
All I could figure out, I never thought I was actually washing with animal belongings. I know, it's crazy, right? It's like they use animals for pretty much everything. So odd, man. I hear you, brother. That's crazy, right? We've been brainwashed for a long time. And that's the thing. The meat and dairy industries have owned you know, they control and own a lot more than you think. And even if it's, you know, just because it's like meat and dairy, like the consumption, it's invaded almost every aspect of our life, including our hygiene, including our just water. Nobody thinks about that, right? I mean, the things that are not even vegan, that should be vegan, are not. Even, no joke, if you want to go down this rabbit hole, they use tomato, you know, for GMO and GMO splicing and cells, they use animals, they use fish. So think about that. They're not like genetically modified like a tomato. They're literally taking cells from fish and other species on this earth to go into a tomato. So technically that GMO tomato is not even vegetarian or vegan. So I don't want to, like, you know, blast all this negativity. I just think people, you know, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole at all right now. I just think people need to educate themselves. Okay. Educate yourself on what is in your food, what is in your water, and then take action. Do something about it, right? Watch my videos, watch other people's videos, because there's a lot of things going on right now for you to take action and create that change, you know? Namaste, Akaluni. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hashtag brainwashed. Exactly. Exactly. It's getting hot. It's good, yeah. And I'm almost, let me just get in couch mode a little bit. We're almost ready. Almost ready for that. So you gotta wake up, people. It's 2019. Time to live your truth. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, she's saying that they have a great shop for vegan body care in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands. In the Netherlands. All right. That's awesome. We got to get to the Netherlands. We got to make this. That's what I love about YouTube and the social media. It's like an international fan base. And there's so many people out there. I really want to go, like, travel out and, like, meet people and actually connect with people in general. Yes. This weekend when we were at Vegan Street Fair, both days we ran into people who were like, hey, I follow you on Instagram. And or like, oh hey, I've been watching your videos and stuff, and that was so cool because so cool to meet you guys. Sometimes it feels like you're just like putting videos out there and you don't know who it's connecting with, and it just feels like you're it's just random. I don't know. It's so anonymous, you know. So when I actually like meet people and they're like, hey, even just one person being like, hey, I watched your video, I'm like, awesome. It makes our day. Yeah. It really makes our day. My shoes are everywhere as usual. Of course, your stuff is everywhere. Everywhere. Get used to it. No, we're gonna get used to baby stuff. I know. I'm already used to your stuff everywhere now. So we already have more baby clothes than our own clothes. First of all, baby is not gonna be minimal. Baby does not practice minimalism. I think we're just. I have a strong inclination towards being minimal when it comes to buying things. So we'll see. I think that's going to transfer over to our baby purchases as well. Oh, couch mode. You guys like this view, or you want this view? I don't know. Which view do you think? When we were sitting on the couch, I think it's better. I kind of like the couch more. So I can sit down. We have a great shop volume. Oh, you already read that one? Awesome. That's just the fact that you guys are in the Netherlands and you're following my channel is awesome. Thank you. Love the Netherlands. What's it like there? I really want to go explore. I think we're ready for the comfy couch. All right, we're here. We are here. I like the ohm symbol as our like middle. There we go.
Yeah.
Spacer. We're on a slant though. I don't know if they can tell, but I can tell.
I watched the last video of Fit Shorty Eats. She is nearly before. I know. Oh my gosh.
We're probably like We're probably like in that realm with Fit Shorty Eats and stuff, huh? Because you're pregnant and people might think of us. I
know. I'm so excited. Like, I've been talking about it like the last couple of days. I'm like, oh, they're like 39 weeks. They're getting close. They're gonna have their baby pretty soon. So I'm like, I've been following along. I mean, I've been following her since way before they were pregnant. But I like imagine us like having our babies and going on like a retreat with them, or like
They're great. Hopefully they take some time off. You know, they've really been busting out content, and I know
they were like hosting retreats and stuff the whole time
while she's pregnant. They're great. For us, it's family time right now. They're a great inspiration and a great resource. Really good people. Never met them in person or anything, but I love their channel, love what they're doing. And it's just a great example of people, doing what they love, loving life. So can't complain about that. It's just a lot of people, I think, are just still living in that fear mentality, and they see someone, pregnant eating fruit, and they're like, oh my God. And it's a form of extremism in itself. And she's paving the way, and it's just great to see it. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, Akulaleite. Cheers. All right, so now, can't set that there. My bad. So let's talk spirituality first, and we're going to talk health. So, Alison, what is your definition of spirituality?
Oh, man. Like the sense of being connected to something greater than yourself.
I like that. Very simple. And I like that. So what would you define? How would you say the thing that you're connected to? Like, what is that thing? If you were to give it a name.
Nature.
Nature? Okay. Cool. That's beautiful.
I mean, other people might call it like the universe or God. Is that what you're
No, there's no
Yeah, and to me all of those are kind of like the same thing. Oh,
my solar. I gotta fix my solar panel. All right, we'll do that later. Okay, cool. So the thing is with spirituality is a lot of people get confused, and I think a lot of people right now are in the midst of the division between spirituality and religion, meaning we have a lot of repressed energy from religion and our religious backgrounds, right? Jesus embodying the latest, person, and Christianity being the most majority of the consciousness on the planet, and people, I think now more than ever, are desperate for something more, desperate for something tangible, something real, because the whole let's go to church on Sunday. A lot of
people have turned away from religion, but then there hasn't really been something to replace that.
Yeah,
and I think that people deep down, it's part of the human experience to want to connect to that thing that's like bigger than yourself. You know?
Exactly. So
people are kind of wanting something else.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is they're not getting it at the church that they're going to on Sunday, or they're not going, getting it from their parents or whatever their normal programming is. So it's all about just getting out there, and trying new things. For myself, I remember when I got tapped into yoga and I was going to yoga classes, in the beginning, it was very artificial, very material as in the sense of why I wanted to go to these classes, right? I just wanted like more flexibility, and I wanted to be able to just be around more attractive people because I wasn't in the best, shape, especially physically, and my health wasn't the best. So it's just, that was like kind of like the icebreaker. But for me, over time, through getting into some serious meditative place, just getting into that meditation space, that's really where I found the benefits to really continue, and it just hasn't stopped. So that's really what I want to talk about, because people, I think, are still confused when it comes to that separation between religion and spirituality. So that is
Jesus was highly spiritual, in my opinion.
Yes,
and
thank you.
I agree.
I agree.
The message of Jesus is different than the practice of religion.
Yes. Great. So, beautiful. So now let's see what let's talk about why it happened. I think the best example that we all know is Buddha. What does Buddha mean? Just the word, right? I know when I say the word Buddha, you probably think of a person like in human form. I know they're not ripe yet, though. I'm telling you, do not eat them.
Give me one of those ones. I need something. Yeah, those are better. Give me one of those.
I wouldn't eat that, but
I give you one.
Anti-nutrients. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. The Buddha, okay, literally just means awakened one. Okay, that is one word. Buddha means awake. Okay. Now, what happened was Buddha, right, was a man, somebody called him the Buddha because he's the awakened one. He had 34 multiple incarnations on this planet, right? We don't need to get into how many or get into the details. I just want to talk about this in the sense of this is a great example about one human being in form became the Buddha, the awakened one. And what happened? All of the peasants, all of the other people on the planet at the time looked up to him and created a religion. Buddhism is not a religion. It is practiced as so because of one man, who was on the planet multiple incarnations and was awake. So this is a great example. I think it's kind of like the same thing with Christianity as well, where Jesus, is obviously the Son of God. And I think people really get confused and they think he's like the only Son of God. Like it's just one person, right? Or Buddha just being one person. And this is for all of us. These teachings, whether it was Buddha, whether it came from Jesus, Yeshua, these are all the same people. These are all the same consciousness, the all way of mind. Okay. So that's really what I want to drive home here is don't let this, vocabulary get in the way of what you're doing and your path. Okay. I think a lot of people are simply triggered, by the word God or Jesus or whatever. And you don't have to do any of that. You can actually just go into nature, like what we're talking about. Me and Alison really relate just in nature, going outside and really being in that solitude, in that space where you feel alive, where you feel the most vibrancy. Experience.
It's not something you're reading out of a book or following as like a practice. It's a common experience that everyone can share and understand. It's like once you know.
Alchemy, love you guys, love you, love you, right back at you. Shroomy shroom, love you guys. Qatar. Love you.
You're so bad at reading names.
I don't know what they're trying to say. How do you know it's Cat R? How do you know? How do you know them? Do you know Cat R? Huh? Exactly. You don't know.
I just play the license plate game where you're like,
they're not license plate. These are people.
Where you have to guess the word that people are trying to like spell out on their personalized license
because we live in this text message. I remember like the first few years when I was getting serious with social media and stuff, all my emails were like LOL, blah, blah.
He said it's alchemy. See, I still know it's
alchemy. I like it. That's a great name. Yeah. I like how you put the spaces in between your letters too. It's dope. So where was okay, Buddhism is just a great example of how literally one man, boom, and then now it's like, oh, I'm a Buddhist. Oh, are you a Buddhist? Because I'm a Buddhist. See what I mean? Like, I don't know. To be honest, okay, the point that I'm getting at here is as soon as you drop your label, the more you're going to become free, the more expansive you are. And that doesn't, with me and veganism, like we have to use these words, right? We have to use these words like Buddhism or veganism or whatever to talk about something. That doesn't mean you have to like solely attach to it, right? Because if you know about Buddhism, you know about this, what's the noble truth is attachment creates suffering. Okay, we all know that. If you're attached to something, it's going to create suffering. And it's about taking responsibility because people really don't take full responsibility for their life. I create my reality with my thoughts and my feelings, my emotions, everything. There's no different from those thoughts and my words to my actions. That's what it's all about. A lot of people are typing on, trolling on Facebook, on especially my videos and YouTube and stuff. It's quite entertaining, and I have no judgments or anything. I've just learned so much by making YouTube videos. I've learned so much by putting myself out there on the internet, And what I've learned is there's a real shallow mentality. There's a real surface level mentality with what people think, and how they really relate to other people in their lives. So for me, that's why I'm doing these live videos. That's why I want to just open up my life basically to you guys and tell you, the truth, my truth, share the truth that we've realized to you. That's what it's all about. Experiential learning. What are you saying? Alchemy?
Transmute and transcend.
Transmute and transcend. I like that. Tease. I really like that. I'm just big with message retracted. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. So it's just one of those things where people are really fixated on their label, okay, on those just whatever you identify with. And when I say this, please don't get caught up. I'm not saying you can't have a label. I'm not saying you can't identify as something, right? If I were to do that, I would tell you something like this: I am spirit soul. I am spirit. I am that I am. I am the light. I am. You see what I mean? Like, that's real vocabulary. If you say even something like I am Buddhist or whatever, in my opinion, that's very limiting, okay? Because you're just expansive. You're the soul. I'm the soul. We're all the same thing. We don't need to complicate it any more than that. So that's really why I created the Infinite Cup, because, again, I've been through these trends, been through this, thing where people are like, oh, let's try raw veganism. Let's do it for a while. Let's try fruitarianism for a while. Cool. Let's try being a breatharian. Cool. Cool. And it's one of those things where people, you got to experience it. And for me, I don't even talk about stuff. I don't make videos. I don't share content or whatever unless I have done it myself, unless I have actually lived it, had an experience, and then I share it with you. Why? Because experiential learning is where it's at. That's what I prefer. I prefer to experience reality rather than learn from like a book. High school was just, man, I learned so much more like the first year out of high school than I did the entire 4 years of high school. Nothing against public school system and everything. It's just what I've learned. And now we're bringing this child into the, planet, and we want to create that change. That's what it's all about. Namaste, Lulu. Namaste.
I feel food is a spiritual kind of thing as well as in its own way.
It can be. Now it can be. And that's where yoga comes into place, because what you're talking about, in my opinion, is sattvic food.
Oh, I'm just reading
food.
Somebody's comment.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we gotta just make sure you say their name when you so I know you're talking like instead of what you just, I thought those were your words. Mm-hmm. But which comment was it? Where I feel good. Where is it? Hartley, Tin Man. Mm-hmm. This one. Yeah. Hartley, Tin Man. I feel food is a spiritual kind of thing as well as its own way. Yes. And again, it can be. So in my opinion, it can be, but not all food is spiritual. There's a lot of raw carnivore people out there that might think that they're eating spiritual food too. And at the end of the day, is it?
I think it's a good point to mention with that too, that it's like, I don't think you can say like certain foods are more spiritual, like create a like saying raw foods are more spiritual than cooked foods or something like that, so it's like you should be eating like only raw whatever all the time. I don't think that you can really put it on that kind of playing field. Even people like the Dalai Lama still eats meat, so that's like there's questionable areas, I think, when it comes to mixing spirituality and food. But
so you got one example of one person. You got the Dalai Lama who eats meat. So because the Dalai Lama eats meat, does that mean that everybody should eat meat?
No, I'm just saying that I don't think it's right to say like, oh, this is better than this or whatever.
It's not about. It's dualism. Not about. Yeah, it's still dualism. So, I'm just talking about Ayurveda and the 3 modes of energy.
Right. So, and if you're thinking about food in terms of like
everything,
even the spiritual component and the physical component are even connected, because there are certainly foods that you can eat that are more healing, that are going to be more conducive to you feeling good on a daily basis. So I would say in that way, food
like
is
what,
very
though?
Spiritual.
Like what? That's what I'm saying. Because to me, if sure, if you could say the Dalai Lama is eating meat every time, that's great. But is he eating meat every meal? Is he eating meat? If meat was so spiritual and the Dalai Lama was Mr. Guru spiritual person, then is he eating meat with every meal? Because it's the most
just
spiritual.
Use that as an example.
No, I agree with you. And this is a great topic because yes, the Dalai Lama does eat meat.
Everybody
knows the Dalai Lama eats meat
across the planet who are spiritual, who have taken on a vegetarian diet is very popular. Like most people in India, for instance, are vegetarian and stuff. So
yeah, I agree with that.
There's certainly a trend towards vegetarian and veganism in the spiritual circles.
But why? The answer and the question is why.
I think it comes down to a root of like eliminating suffering. That's the biggest thing, is that you can have a more compassionate diet. So
I agree with that. It's energy. I mean, the answer that I'm getting at is just energy. Everything is energy. And yes, Tim, you're right. I feel good. Spiritual kind of food is thing as well. But again, not all food is spiritual, right? For me, I would take that word spiritual out and replace it with sattvic. In Ayurveda, we have 3 systems. This is a really good topic. So 3 systems, like 3 modes of energy. I haven't made like a real video about this just by itself, but I really want to. Basically, Ayurveda is a very old practice, ancient practice, 5,000 plus year old practice of medicinal, you know, the science of self-healing is what it is. And now I just want to talk about the 3 modes of energy. We have sattvic energy. Okay. Now in English, let's just think of this as like upward. It's like it brings the energy up. Okay. We have tamasic energy, right? Which is at the bottom. Okay. And that would be like kind of like down pulling energy. Right. And then we have the middle, which is neutral, which is rajasic energy. And you can actually use this system for everything in life. The biggest thing that, you know, we're talking about right now is food, right? So I don't know if I have my Ayurvedic book right here. Where is it at? I could show you and give you some examples, but basically, if you really want to, you know, purify your temple, then you need sattvic foods. And yes, fruits, apples, raw fruits. It doesn't matter if they're raw, cooked, whatever. But fruits, vegetables, whole foods are, you know, 100% sattvic. And there are certain things like almonds are a sattvic food, for example. Okay, now that doesn't mean that all vegetables and all fruits are sattvic. See, that's what really triggers me in this vegan, raw vegan, whatever, fruitarian trending thing is people just blanket statement everything. Like raw food's the best. You should just eat raw food and you're good. And that's it. Or if vegan, I think people too have that assumption. Like if you're vegan, you're good. You shouldn't have any gut issues. You shouldn't have any health issues, whatever, because you're vegan. Vegan just heals everything. That is the most like broad statement I've ever heard. Oreos are vegan. Pepsi's vegan, people. So if, you know, if I just drink Pepsi all day and have Oreos for breakfast, does that make me super healthy vegan guy? You know, and that's what, yeah, triggers me in this. So in Ayurveda, sattvic food is going to purify your temple. All right. And at the same time, you know, I made that mistake too of thinking that like, oh, I'm just going to be this pure being. I'm only going to eat sattvic food. I'm going to be so pure and full of light. Om Namah Shivaya, you know, and I did that for a while too. And it, you know, that's just getting the same thing that we talked about in the beginning of this live video is just creating attachments, creating my own suffering. You know, I think people really need to think about why you're doing what you're doing, whether it's the food that you're eating, whether it's the air you're breathing, the money that you're spending, everything affects everybody. So yes, sattvic is a lifestyle. It's like an energy. It's a pure way of thinking. It's a pure way of controlling the substances that we put in our mouth, whether the intoxicants, you know, there's a lot of people with alcohol issues, drug issues, chemical imbalances in their system. This is where yoga and Ayurveda really makes the most sense because it's about bringing in alignment. So a little bit further into it is the doshas, right? I'm a Vata body type. Look at this. Look at this. See, I can watch this. How many of you guys can do this? Ready? See, this is my wrist. Ready? This is just my wrist. That's it. I'm going to take my hand. Can you take your finger? Watch. It doesn't matter which finger, but I'm going to use my middle finger and my thumb. I'm going to go around my whole wrist. Look at that. And touch. See that? How many people can do that? Huh? If you can do that, see? That means you have a Vata body type. Congratulations. See, I'm not going to be that John Venus swole dude. I mean, I could. It would take me my whole life. And I have like so much more energy to do other things. But the point I'm trying to make here is the Vata body type is this right here. Slender, you know, thin, slim. It's just how it is. Okay. And people really need to think about that. So I post stuff all the time. I posted a video yesterday about like muscles and vegan gains and stuff because there's a lot of people going ex-vegan right now because of like artificial reasons, you know, for their gains. And I get it. We all want six-pack. We all want health. And I get it. Now, the funny thing is, though, are you going to kill, you know, sentient beings? Sorry. Are you going to pay someone to kill other beings for you? Or are you going to actually get muscles in a non-violent way? That's what that video is all about. Now,
it's just all BS too, because there's so many vegan bodybuilders and stuff now. It's like I'm pretty sure we already
that one's
discredited
debunked,
that claim that you need.
But that's why they're doing it. You know what I mean? That's still why they're doing it at the end of the day. And I get it. It's just nobody thinks about the other end. See, that's what I want to talk about, right? That's karma. That's with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? Nobody thinks about that reaction part before they take the action. See? And that's all I'm talking about here is that's what veganism and compassion is all about, right? It's about that reaction part. It's about thinking about what you're doing. When we eat a banana, who is affected by a banana, right? When you eat this banana, honestly, the earth is better for it. Why? Because I'm going to throw this banana peel in a compost. It's going to get potassium. The earth is going to love, you know what I mean? Like this goes way beyond just like the gratification for our body and our hunger and whatever we're doing in life. Alchemy, our sun sends the higher message. Alchemy. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for the correction.
You're welcome.
Alchemy, our sun sends the higher message to us through the photons. Dude, you are tapped in. He's so right. Yeah. Why not eat the main source of these messages equals plants? They are the highest vibrations. Thank you. Somebody understands. I got to scroll back. I'm missing this. I'm missing this. All right, Harley said, "Oh yeah, I love the spicy chili
we have a good Doritos conversation going on.
Not Doritos, Blazes.
Honestly, the best is salsa verde though, so it's already done. Yeah.
Okay. Vata, me too. See, Vata body type. Glad you understand. All right, I can do that. Thumb to finger. If you're thumb to finger like this, guys, if you're thumb to finger, you're Vata. Okay. You figured it out. That means you need to eat like me with more avocados in the day, more healthy fats. I guarantee you when you have that coconut smoothie, your body just feels so good.
Honestly, hard for me to like keep Robert like fed enough. He needs to be eating constantly all day long. Right. Like he can eat so much food.
Even my pointing finger, good. I tried to put muscles, but my weight feels balanced out at 72 exactly. Feels too much for me.
I don't know the kilograms.
I don't know the kilogram thing either, but it's like me too, where like I weigh myself too, and I'm like at 150 for my 5'10", but I'm dense. You know what I mean? Like I got muscles. My body fat is probably less than 1%.
It's not that low.
What do you think it is? What do you think my body fat is? What do you think?
It's probably pretty low.
What do you think, guys? What do you think? What do I do? What do you need to see?
I think probably like.
What do you need to see?
I don't know.
What do you need to see for my body fat?
5 to 6%.
You think it's 5 to 6%?
That's not high. That's really low.
I think that's high for me.
That's like what
I don't think I've ever.
Bodybuilders and stuff.
I just don't have the fat. Like, where is it?
I know.
Where? So tell me where that 5%. Is it in my ass? Is it in my ass, girl?
Sit down.
In my ass. I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know where this 5% you're coming up with.
Who cares? Like, why do you want to have 1%?
I don't want to have 1%. No, my point is that I'm a Vata, and I will never be above 6%, even if I eat Oreos for the rest of my life. So, I mean, trust me, guys, I've tried it. It ain't going to happen. That's the thing. You have to learn what works for you.
Robert's just not that kind of person, too, to enjoy that. He's like a distance runner, or like he's going to bike like 100 miles in a day. Like he's one of those ultra marathon type people, and not the person who wants to go like work out in a gym and like lift weights. So that's just not,
my
like,
goal.
His personality or goal, too.
And that's no judgment for those people
that have those goals. The reason I guess I bring this up is because so many people comment on his videos like, "Oh, you're so skinny."
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm saying. They think
body is different.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, I guarantee you, those people that have big muscles, they have what's called muscle dysphoria, right? They literally, their muscles are disformed, their body is disformed, and I guarantee you, energetically, you feel that, right? It's about balance. Dysmorphia is real. It's a real thing, and people, gosh, I don't know. I just don't understand how you can live. Like, it's got to be heavy. You got to be top heavy. You know what I mean? You got to be like walking around like this. You know, like I just don't get it.
It's just like the feeling of being strong.
I guess, yeah. Alchemy, love this dude. I want to talk about his other thing. Well, it's all in the day and age. Everyone is overweight. Now, this is from the Sad Diet. Now, I want to talk about something Alchemy, you just said. Okay, he's talking about. I really want to bring this home because a lot of people don't understand this. The sun. It makes food grow, okay? The sun comes onto just like our skin, too. That's the one thing. When he's talking about the photonic energy.
I knew it.
I'm a chick. Ah, dang it. I always think alchemy. It's because of the other person I follow who's alchemy. I apologize. I know you're a chick now. I apologize. It's just one of those things. My brain compares, and, you know, the alchemy. I follow this other person with the word alchemy in their bio or whatever, and it's a dude. So I apologize. Now, check it out. You are tapped in, sister, because the photons that you're talking about is real. All right. And the photonic energy comes from the sun. It's literally different every single day, based on the environment that you are in. That photonic energy goes into fruits and vegetables.
Perfect example is like people think you need to take fish oil supplements to get like EPA and DHA.
Oh my
gosh.
Well,
the fish get theirs from eating the algae that's in the water. So it's like just eat algae or just
and how does the algae grow? And how does the algae grow?
From the sun.
From the sun. Thank you. So what did we learn today in the VANLIFE classroom? We learned that the sun is where we get energy. So how about we cut out the middleman, right? I remember when I was trying breatharianism and doing all this crazy fasting and all this stuff, I was like, I was sold on this. And I'm not saying that it's like a gimmick or whatever. What I'm saying is it's something where you got to really get your body in tune with energy. Okay. And fruits and vegetables just happen to be the most abundant source of natural energy that all of us have available to. That's it. We all have access to something like this, a beautiful in-season lemon. And the reason why we're attracted to it, that's the other thing I want to talk about here, guys. Let's bring a couple more fruits and vegetables up here.
What other fruits do you have?
Not much in the van. Okay. Let's talk about
not much. We just have bananas, apples, oranges,
I just
sweet
wish
potato,
I was in Thailand and
clementines.
Yeah. I want to talk about this because people, okay, this is my favorite thing to ask people when it comes to if you're stranded on a desert island. How many people? We got 16 people right now in the video. So how many people out of all 16 people? I'm really curious. How many of you, if you're stranded on a desert island and you're walking and you're on a desert island, Castaway style, right? Tom Hanks, no joke. Now you're there and all of a sudden you see an abundance like just of coconuts and vegetables, maybe an apple or whatever is just washed up on the shore. Okay. Now we have another thing right next to it. It's like this dead cow carcass, freshly dead, not even rotting, like a fresh dead cow, like somebody just killed it. And it's on the shore, right next to each other. You have all these amazing fruits and vegetables, coconuts, whatever on this tropical island, and then you have this dead cow next to it. You're walking by all naked, castaway style, naked and afraid. And what are you going to choose? What's it going to be? Let's see it. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the fruits and vegetables? Or are you going to choose that corpse? Are you going to go grab a stick and like get into that cow corpse and just like, just tear it open and just start eating and get all the blood and like drink the blood? Or are you going to like grab an apple or grab a lemon and just like, and just drink it and drink the juice and feel amazing? Which one are you going to pick? This is a good scenario that I would love to hear your opinion on, because if you really think about it, in our most primal state, in our most primal way of living, people are gonna eat the fruits and vegetables. Thank you, Hardy Tin Man. Give me the fruits and vegetables, man. That's right, Spirit. See, exactly. It's just that simple. A meteor would put on fire. A meteor would put on fire and eat the cow, I guess. Really? So a meteor would just start a fire and then start eating the cow, even though a big pile of fruits and vegetables are sitting there on the shore. You really think that? Do you really think the human body, after being in castaway style, all starved and stuff, is going to look at that cow and go, and start salivating?
Depends on like if they've ever eaten McDonald's before.
I don't even care. No, I don't care if they were eating McDonald's their whole life. I don't even care if you're a raw carnivore person, whatever. If you get in castaway style and you are seriously hurt and seriously in trouble, that island with fruits and vegetables on it, you're going to chow down. You're going to chow down. You don't have time to cut up that cow. You don't have time to eat. You don't have time to season it. Are you kidding me? People season all that stuff and put it on the fire and put the brick charcoal, whatever on it, because it doesn't taste good, because it's not good for their palate. And now when you see this, when you see something like red and vibrant, you're like, whoa, it literally like wakes you up. It wakes up your DNA. So we're talking about here, like with the photons, with the energy in the sun, we're talking about information.
I think, like, honestly, it's our natural way to eat like fruit feasts. Because if you're thinking about people being like hunter-gatherers and stuff, like if you're in Alaska, for instance, and like all of a sudden the blueberries are in season and you find a bush and it's like covered in blueberries, you're literally just gonna sit down right there and like gorge yourself on that entire.
So many times.
I know, I've done it too.
It's the best, yeah.
Or like, just imagine you're like walking, you've been like traveling for days, and you come across an apple tree. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut down like all of the apples and just like eat a huge monomeal. What do you mean that?
It was
eat like a huge monomeal of just like a ton of apples. So I feel like fruit feasting is such like a natural thing. But diet is so specific to regions too.
It is
where you live. But now
I just love that analogy, that tropical analogy. You know what I mean? Just really think about it, you know? And I just what I'm talking about here is your intuition. Like literally your intuition is going to tell you to eat those fruits and vegetables. And your ego or whatever, your mind might be like, just eat the cow, bro, start cutting it up. But you know what I mean? Like which one are you really going to choose at the end of the day? Yeah. Alchemy! Love it, sister. I'm going to choose the living water and those fruits every time. Every time.
So there's a study that says that if a small kid were severely hurts an animal, that there's a certain percentage of them, chance of them being murdered.
What are you talking about? What? Alchemy. There's a study that says that if a small kid severely hurts an animal, they are a certain chance of being a murderer. Oh, yes. So, yes, I know that study was basically talking about the link between like killing animals and like if you can kill an animal, you can kill anything.
Though, that,
you know?
like, that we totally commonly accept that, but like at the same time, people are murdering and killing animals in slaughterhouses all day long, and that's totally normal. They're
paying somebody, and it's in the billions. And that's the thing is, if people...
But we don't consider those people who work in slaughterhouse. Oh, shoot. Oh. Let me take it out.
Ow.
I knew that was going to happen.
I just stepped on this. I thought we cleaned the van.
We did, but all of the tax spilled.
Ouch. That hurt, people. I just stepped on that. Golly.
That's like in your foot.
I thought we freaking cleaned the van. Jeez. More van cleaning next time.
Nope.
No. Where were we? That's so distracting. Dang, that hurt. All right. What were we talking about?
We're talking about people. If a child hurts an animal,
oh, okay, yes. I want to talk about this because
they're like mentally deranged.
I really want to talk about this because people, your guys' sign, alchemy. So I'm a Taurus.
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get into the astrology thing though. We're not going to do it.
We'll just leave it at that.
We're just going to leave it at that because we don't want to get down that rabbit hole. Sorry. Nope. Don't want to do it. Nope. Yes, I'm stubborn. Yes, we can get into all that. We don't want to do it though. We want to talk. Okay, if you do want to talk about it, alchemy.
You just said I'm not going to talk about it now.
I'm just saying she might be like some astrology person. She might be like this crazy astrology person that's super into it. I don't want to offend her. What I'm telling you is people just use it as an excuse, and I really don't like it. So if you want to talk about astrology, let's talk about how we can use it for a vehicle for liberation. How can I use my stubbornness? Like, for example, I would use it like this. Me being stubborn is actually a really good thing. Why? Because I'm that rock.
Because if Robert says that he's going to do something, he will 1000% do it.
Exactly.
He will wake up every day. He's like the most dedicated person. He'll wake up and do whatever.
That's the positive thing about Taurus and that's the thing that people don't think about. They don't think about it like that. Like I'm that loyal friend. If you haven't talked to me in 10 years, if we were cool in high school and we hung out and had lunch or whatever, haven't seen you in 15 years, you can call me right now. Literally right now. And I will talk to you just like it was yesterday. Why? Because I'm cool like that. And it's funny because people, like I said, they get into this Taurus thing or whatever, and they just think about it negatively. They think about these traits like, oh, I'm a Scorpio and this is what I do. And you just have to deal with it, right? I just think, think about the positivity. Think about what makes you you. Think about what makes you strong, And yes, I think a lot of people look up to me for that reason because they drop things. Like I have a lot of people even right now on my YouTube channel or whatever, they think I'm going to go ex-vegan. If you think I'm the next ex-vegan, you are wrong, people, because it's just not how I roll and it's just not my style. When I stick to something, I just do it. Yeah. Just do it. There's no questioning.
I mean, look at Robert's hair. So this says it all right there.
Yeah. That's a good one. Here we go. Let's bring some questions, guys. This is a good question. What about anger? Okay, this is great. What we're talking about is emotion. So, Kat R, what about anger? All right. Anger
I think because she means because you're a Taurus.
Oh, okay. So, because I'm a Taurus. Yes. So, if you're right, Taurus, like my dad, we had the same exact birthday. One of the most violent men I can think of. Very abusive, very angry person. So, and those seeds are planted in me as, yes, Alison has never seen, my mom is the only person, no joke, who's ever seen me like really angry.
Now Robert takes his anger out on his YouTube channel, so you can watch it.
Not so much.
I'm saying that's about as angry as Robert gets. Yeah. So you can watch some of his response videos.
But why? Because I've done the work. You know, I've done the work. That's the thing. It's like I've done the work. I've meditated. Like I've really examined myself. I understand that those seeds are planted within me, right? And what do? I'm not watering them. All right. I'm not watering them with actions, with anger and jealousy and judgment. Those are watering those seeds to fruit the emotion of anger. Right. Now let's talk about anger for a second real quick, because it's not about, I think a lot of spiritual people do what I call the avoidance route. They're like, oh, you know what? I know that I have seeds of anger in me, and I'm just going to avoid everything anger, or avoid every opportunity to make me angry and just avoid it. Now, that I could honestly tell you I did probably the first 3 years in the beginning. I'm a very non-confrontational person, and I did that for maybe even 4 years, the first 4 years. I just did my yogi in the woods thing. I was just living on a farm, meditating, doing yoga, growing my food. I didn't really socialize or do anything. And I learned a lot, but that was me avoiding life. Now, what am I doing now? I have a YouTube channel. I'm just blasting everything, blasting my life, blasting content, whatever, because I got nothing to lose. And I have just nothing to get. I got nothing but just gains, right? And I really think people just are really limiting themselves, okay? And just why we're circling back to anger here. Anger is something that's very destructive as an emotion, but that doesn't mean that you should avoid it. If you have repressed energy in your field, in your body right now, you need to use anger and go channel that energy. What I recommend? Going in the woods, very deep in the woods where nobody can hear you. Maybe smash some bottles, smash some cans,
I find yelling to be very effective.
Yelling, yeah, very loud, screaming, yelling. Take a stick and just like hit that stick on the ground, you know, just like break that stick. Get a big stick and just crack it on your knee, you know, just like, you know, because that energy's got to go somewhere, and the only way out is through. So if you have that repressed energy, people hold that in their body, and over time that manifests as literally something that blocks energy in your meridian. So let's say you have an anger issue with your dad or whatever, and you're holding that up, and that anger is just literally like just casting this thing over your heart, okay? And it's getting thicker and thicker every day because you're not really feeling that anger and channeling it. Okay, you got to take the time to do that. Nobody's going to do that but you. Nobody can go in the woods and break that stick but you, you know? And that's what I recommend. So that's what I do. I do coaching, you know, I do like energy reading, and people, I can see this. I can see it in your chakras.
Sometimes you just have to like,
I can see it
give yourself, if you have these like pent up emotions, you have to give yourself an outlet for it in a way that is going to be constructive for you. So that's where, if you like, don't take it out on people on the internet. Don't go on Facebook and make comments or whatever. Go out into the woods by yourself and really get in touch with why you're feeling those things. And if you need to have an emotional release, then yell or throw sticks. Do whatever you need to do.
Do it, people.
But usually all you need to do is kind of like break through and allow yourself to feel those things, and then you can like get
Woo! Thank you so much. No way. Cassie, what's your name? Help me. Hadessa 26 $4.99. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I'm so excited right now.
I'm a yoga teacher and certified nutrition consultant for 15 years. I love your positive approach.
Speak louder. Speak louder. What did she say?
Oh, nice. She said she's been a yoga teacher and certified nutrition consultant for 15 years. I love your positive approach to food and life. It's so refreshing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my god, thank you. You have no idea how that makes me feel, how it makes us feel, because, you know, like I said, we put out a lot of content, and I've been working just like you. I've been doing the same thing, yoga teacher, certified. Alison's a certified nutritionist. I'm a certified yoga teacher. I mean, we really put out our hearts and souls onto this, you know, platform. And I think people just don't understand that, you know what I mean? And it's something where we're just doing it for the sake of doing it, people. Like, we just want to help others. And it's just as simple as that.
I felt so good this weekend when like one person was like, "Hey, I've seen your video." I know, yes, right? Yes, one person is watching.
Yes. Mission accomplished. Seriously, even one person. If we can get one person to swap out that cheeseburger for a vegan cheeseburger, yes. Thank you. That's the thing, guys. It's 2019.
Go back up. We got good questions.
We got good questions.
We got questions.
Okay, let's go. Who we got?
Wait,
Where?
Are you giving birth in the van?
Oh, I tried to convince her. It's not going to happen.
You didn't. Our van is too small for that. If we had to, then we would, but no, we will not be giving birth in the van.
Tell her to
Shut up.
Tell her to do it right
Shut
now.
up.
Tell her to do it.
Okay,
Come
scroll
on, guys.
down.
Tell her to do it. I love your vocabulary, Alchemy. Dis-ease. Love it.
Alchemy.
I gave up on my anger a few years ago. Let it go. Just let it go. Beautiful. Do you have a child now with her? Yes, we do have a child. A beautiful child right here. How many weeks pregnant? Let's show everybody. Show everybody. Get up there. Stand up a little bit.
See it.
Stand like that beautiful baby. 30 weeks. 30 weeks. That baby's in there.
Baby was dancing when I was eating those bananas.
That's right.
We definitely have a fruit-loving baby. It's like if I drink coconut water,
yeah,
it is like
it's a
dance party in my belly. It's so cute.
Absolute dance party.
Let's see.
This is a good question right here. Produce, not pills. I love that. Produce, not pills. Oh, I didn't read it. What are your thoughts if someone was in a relationship and their partner switched to an opposite diet? Can it work last?
That's a good question. A lot of people get asked that. Of course it can work. It really kind of depends on the relationship.
Really
okay. First of all, I think it would be really difficult. I would.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me talk.
No. You need to talk about your experiences because you've experienced this.
Yes,
I want to hear.
I'm going to. I'm going to.
Okay. I haven't experienced this, guys. Alison has.
Okay, so I think it's a lot easier. I would like now, especially. I would not like to watch my partner like cook meat in the kitchen or have it in our fridge or something. So if you like live together, I think that would definitely be an issue. I have actually dated somebody and lived with someone else while I was vegan, and they were not, and it was a serious source of stress and tension in our relationship, and it caused a lot of fights and arguments because they were very offended that I wouldn't just like, oh, why won't you just like eat this meal with me, or like I want to sit down and eat this, why can't you eat the same thing as me? So it really depends on the dynamics between you and your partner too. If you're very supportive of each other being different and having different lifestyles, and make a very conscious effort to like support that person and what they want, even if it's different than what you want, I think it could work. But I think, I don't know. I think it would be really hard.
I personally do not, but I want you to go first, and then I'm going to say my 2 cents.
To do that, and I don't know if I would, like, obviously now. I don't have to worry about
talk about your experience. Like,
I don't have to worry about that now, but if I don't think that I would date somebody who did eat meat.
Exactly. Why? Because we're talking about your values, people. We're talking about what you value in life. And we're talking about the third chakra. We're talking about healthy boundaries. If you are romantically in relations with somebody and you do not share the same food, then to me, that is a huge red flag. Huge. If you can't sit down with somebody, especially a romantic partner, and enjoy a meal with them, then yes, that is going to create so many issues, so many. And
how could it not? You eat food like 3 times a day, and it, like, especially for us, like eating together is such a big part of our relationship.
We love it.
So
and travel, like we just look forward to it. I mean, that's like what inspires us almost every day. So
I feel like it makes it so much more fun too. Like we love to cook together in the kitchen and stuff.
It's amazing.
Too,
so how could you do that? Like I said, for me, when somebody, like we're staying right now, we're literally at Alison's grandparents' house, getting Wi-Fi and stuff. And it's one of those things where, when her grandparents are cooking in the house, like I gotta leave. That's just something like I said, it's a third chakra healthy boundary. Why? If I were to stay in the room and just watch this person cook and consume flesh, that's like literally my healthy boundary being crossed, like cross that line, you see? So it's up to you, the individual, to set that healthy boundary, right? And a lot of people have a very weak third chakra because they're not living in their power. They're not living in that truth. So yes, I'm very confident as a vegan. I'm very confident I don't need to eat meat and dairy products. If I see somebody in my field, whether they're family, whether they're friends, whether they're romantic, whatever, I'm going to speak my truth, right? Period, end of discussion. So that's what I want to just talk about, because people really, they're not doing that, right? They're in that third chakra and it's small, it's tiny, it's just so tiny. And it's because you had your power taken from you, right? When you grew up, somebody told you what to do and you believed them, right? You gave your power to that person. And romantically or not, it's like, okay, so what? It's like you're getting sex from them. So now it's like, okay, now because I'm getting sex from this person or blowjobs or whatever, I can now justify, I can just, you know, have a meal with them. You know what I mean? Like, think about that energetic transaction there.
Well, for instance, if you
like,
are,
what are you getting?
if you're vegan because it's an ethical, from coming from an ethical standpoint, then it's kind of like hard to date somebody who doesn't share that same ethical viewpoint.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Do you
Mattis, thank you for the question.
Do you think people quit veganism because of detoxification symptoms?
Yes.
Maybe even emotional detoxification, or both.
Yes, I do. I'm going to go first on this. Do you think people quit veganism because... Yes, the answer is yes. Because, check it out, we're all detoxing. I think Raw Alignment, Raw Vegan, or Raw Vana is a great example of this. And what happens is, after you really get in tune with detoxing and you know what it feels like to have these detox symptoms, people honestly confuse that with health and feeling good, right? I'm going to just say that. I'm probably say the same mantra 5 times, 100 times in this video. The only way out is through, right? Let's talk about that. Those toxins that you put in your body, like me, I had aluminum foil potatoes and aluminum foil stuff as a kid all the time, okay? That aluminum transferred to the potato, went into my body, and that's what we call a toxin, right? Now, everyone has what I call a toxic load. It's an accumulation of toxins that are completely different based on your programming, your environment that you live in, the air that you breathe in, the food, and yada. So I just want to bring this up because, yes, people, you know, that aluminum has to come out of your body. You know, it was stored somewhere in your brain, in your organs, in the lymph, somewhere. And now that lymphatic system has to really work hard to get that out of your body. And people experience detox symptoms, headaches, restlessness, irritability. I mean, I've experienced it all, especially while fasting. And it's one of those things where it's made me stronger as a person because I actually overcame those symptoms. Now, what happens is people experience detox symptoms and they just crumble, right? They think it's too much or whatever. And I get that. And then they blame veganism or blame raw veganism or fruits and vegetables altogether for their quote unquote symptoms, and then replace it with a very animal based something. Usually it's been fish, eggs, and all the latest ex-vegan people and blah, blah, blah. Why? Because they're experiencing these detox symptoms all the time. They don't know what to do about it. They think their herbs or whatever aren't helping, and they try animal products. And what happens is they get that stimulant and they get that high, guys. Literally, it's a high. It's a drug, just like coffee, just like all the rest of them. Your adrenals get jacked up. You seriously get jacked up off of meat, off of the dairy, off of the flesh. The dopamine in your brain, it gets released. It's like McDonald's. It's like the floodgates are opened again, you know? So of course your body is going to like take over and think that that's like feeling good, you know? And people really need to understand this. And that's why I'm talking about spirituality with the Infinite Cup. That's why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. Because if you circle back to like your spiritual life and you as spirit, then you understand, this is what I call the cosmic view. You got to step out of that, step out of your human body, okay, and get into that cosmic view and what is really going on. If you have emotional cravings, if you have these things, then address them, okay, fix them, heal them in a sustainable, natural way, right? And the animals, killing sentient beings, doing this with the fish, the eggs, blah, 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 it's not natural and it's not sustainable, okay? Yes, it's going to work short term. Yes, these people are going to feel amazing short term because they're on a stimulant. The nitrogen in their body is going to get jacked up. They're going to feel good. They're going to get the dopamine release. They're going to feel amazing from the adrenaline and all the cortisol and all that stuff. And yet, at the end of the day, give it 2-3 months, the inflammation kicks back in. I mean, that's the thing. Back to the equal opposite reaction. Okay?
I think a big
that reaction part.
I think a big part of this too is like the reason we see a lot of people going ex-vegan, or the reason that people are quitting veganism, is because they have unsustainable, unhealthy diets and eating habits.
Yes.
And so
I agree 100%.
I think a lot of people have brought up, you know, a lot of the people who are now these big like ex-vegans and stuff, they were not eating a well-balanced, nourishing diet to begin with. So it's easy for you to get deficiencies if you're not eating a good diet, right? And so then whatever they're doing, like after they've done their juice feast or their whatever, whatever they're doing stops working eventually because they're never creating a sustainable diet, and then they end up not feeling good, and then they blame it on them being vegan, and then they go back to eating meat and animal products. And you feel good as soon as you start eating those products, like you were saying, because of the adrenaline and the hormones that you're getting from it. And it's like you're finally eating enough food and enough calories, you know? So it's really important for you to eat enough food and to not think that the epitome of health is to be drinking juice every single day forever.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to take this all with a grain of salt, people. Yes, juice is cleansing is amazing, but at the same time, it can do damage.
But you shouldn't be cleansing all the time. Forever,
yeah, and that's the thing, is everybody's different too. If I go on a 3-day juice cleanse, you go on a 3-day juice, you're going to feel completely different, have completely different results. And this is a great point. I think a lot of what I want to really drive home with this topic is this is all, again, on the surface. Food is material. Okay, think about what's not material. Think about spirituality. Think about that cosmic view, right? Again, this, your problems, your health issues, whatever, might be on the surface. You might think it's that pimple or that digestion or whatever, but there's something going on behind it. You got to really step back. There's something going on behind there that you really need to think about. And how do you figure that out? Meditation. Slowing down your processing, slowing down on these things that you're just taking in all the time. Every single day we have distractions in our life, right? So many distractions, our phones, our work, our romantic relationships, business relationships, blah, blah, blah. You need to take some time to get the distractions out of your life. Go down to nature. That's what I recommended to Tim Sheaf as soon as he started going ex vegan. I was like, what the heck are you doing, dude? I've been following you forever. Go with nature, bro. Just get out, reconnect. It'll happen eventually. These people will reconnect and circle back to the fruits and vegetables. Why? Because it's the most sustainable food on the planet, and it will be forever and always. There's really no way around that. We got any good questions in here?
Yeah, let's
What do we got? Oh, Dazasha, what's up? What's up? You were in the last video. Vince Vasquez, you both look unhealthy. Thank you so much.
Healthy.
Oh, I thought you said unhealthy. Thank you. I guess if there was a troll in our live video, that would be a new level. If that would be a new level, I would have to really hand it to him. Okay, I never found it hard to let go of meat. People putting stress beings into their system. It's so sad. So sad. It really is. Like, I think about that first realization that I had in the meditation, where I literally traced back my anxiety, fear, stress, everything to what I was eating. Those emotions that were controlling my life were not coming from me, Robert Breton. They were coming from the things, the animals, the things that I was literally putting in my body. So great point there. I'm so happy.
If you're somebody who feels very empathetic towards animals, or you get weighed down at all by watching any of you know, the footage from slaughterhouses or the dairy industry and that kind of thing, it took me a while. I knew about it before I ever went vegan, and it took me a while to actually make the physical change, but I had already made the change kind of emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I very much I don't know, once I actually did it, it was so much weight lifted off of me. I felt totally different energetically. It was really interesting.
Produce, not pills. People say love or the time together will make it work. I don't think so. It's just like someone became big into fitness and their partner wasn't. They'd probably grow apart. Exactly. Same thing. And
you naturally want to share the things that you're interested in and you love and you want to do on a daily basis with your partner.
Let's go back to this, because conscious relationships is something I really want to hone in on here with the Infinite Cup. This is a very broad channel, and you are all welcome to talk about everything here. This is one thing I really want to talk about, because you can be different. Okay, that's one thing I love John Gray. You guys need to Google John Gray if you don't know who that is, because he's one of the gurus in this, and I've been following his work for a long time. And it's one of those things where, yes, we can be different. Alice and I are extremely different, and I'll tell you the exact recipe right now. Here's the recipe. You need to be just enough different to keep you guys excited, to keep you into the relationship. If you're too similar, then we're gonna have so much in common that we're gonna get bored in a year. So bored. Okay, so me and Alison actually have a beautiful relationship. Why? Because we have enough differences where I'm genuinely curious about her life and getting to know this beautiful soul and everything that makes Alison Berry, and she's probably curious about the weird stuff that I do too. Because it's something that she's new to and something that she's never experienced, right? And it's enough. Now, it's not too much. I'm not so different and so weird that she's not attracted to me, right? Same with her. I'm very attracted to Alison, more so every single day. Why? Because I'm curious about those differences. I'm curious of what makes her tick, what makes her her. Right? Now, we were talking about relationships, blah, blah, blah. What I've seen time and time is they're either A, too much alike. Way too much alike. We're both raw, we're both cool, we're both this, lovey, life is good, high vibes, and you give that a year.
And it's either boring, or you don't want to be competing with each other.
Because why?
You don't want to be trying to do the same thing.
Stagnant.
Yeah.
You're not growing. We are here on this earth to grow, to evolve spiritually. Okay. So a lot of people like myself, I get very frustrated with that rate of growth. That rate of growth. Bumps.
Yes, so much.
It's because I'm talking a lot of big, a lot of
well, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. is our 12 o'clock dance party. I always say it's like the most baby's most active
the time. Of the pizza, 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. It's just something you want to think about when people are, you know, talking about relationships, or if you're getting into a relationship and you're new to, you know, you're looking for that vegan someone or that special someone. All you have to do is to be you. Well, it's true. So many people like this are probably like holding out for that vegan partner, you know. And I get it. Like I get it too. You know, it's one of those things. But like, all you have to do is be you. That's it. Just be you. Focus on yourself. Meditate more. Do more yoga. Eat cleaner foods. Focus on purifying your temple, your being, and watch what happens. Okay. Watch what happens. All right, we're scrolling back to the bottom here, catching up. Okay, great relationship pointers. Thank you.
Stubbsy asked if we know what doshas we are. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit.
We talked about it earlier, but we'll do a close up. So I'm Vata, Pitta, Dosha. Like mostly Vata with some Pitta. Allison is.
I'm Pitta with some Vata.
Yeah, and you are a combination of all three. Obviously, we have the least amount of Kapha together because we're not that big body type. I'm Vata majority, like that's my main, but with the Pitta, and then I can really, for example, if it's like too windy, I love the beach, but if it's way too windy, then my Vata gets out of balance, and it's like I just get irritable and crazy. So Ayurveda,
wind is like Robert's worst enemy.
It's
like
true.
It really is.
It's
It'll be warm outside and it's like windy at all, and he's like, oh, this is like
I'll need a sweatshirt or something. Yeah, it's just a wind, and I get it, you know, and that's why I love Ayurveda, because it's the elements, you know, and that's the thing when you're Vata, you know, this is the wind. We're tidal wind, so wind affects me a lot, you know, and that's why I like Ayurveda. So it's fun. I'm glad that you answer the question. Erwin, the vegan Dutchman, your girl's pregnant? Hell yeah, she's pregnant. 30 weeks pregnant, dude. Where have you been? Where have you been? Look at this. Very pregnant. 30 weeks pregnant. What is it? Third trimester. How many weeks? How many more weeks to go?
10.
10 more weeks. 2 months. 2 months and 2 weeks, guys. Earth baby coming. Are you ready? All right, Mattis, because diets and physical solution alone never really heals you long-term, in my opinion. Thank you. Thank you.
It's true. And then that's where you see people kind of like flip-flop and stuff between their diet,
because
they don't have that anchor to it being a part of their belief system or like their worldview even. What?
Nothing. No, I'm just reading comments. Vince said congrats. I said thank you. Feeling blessed, feeling high on life. So happy. So that's what I call the slingshot effect. You know, I've seen it time and times again, so many times. We've all seen it now with YouTube, right? Thank God for YouTube, for these people just talking about finally, you know, coming up clean with their lives. I mean, Ravana was months. Ron Lyman was months. How long are we going to tolerate this? Huh? How long are we going to live in this artificial world where we just listen to people's lies and click and buy their ebooks and blah, blah, blah? I mean, it's really silly. It's super funny when you think about it, guys.
The questionable part for me isn't like them still selling vegan ebooks even though they weren't vegan. For me, it's
she was selling a 21
No, but it's selling it as like, this is a healthful diet that's going to make you feel great. When then in her video, then in her video, she said, I've been feeling really bad. Like my diet hasn't been working. I've been having all these health problems. So that to me is where it kind of creates an ethical question of like, well, if was your diet bad and it wasn't healthy 100%. For you, and so you shouldn't be telling people to eat the same way as you, or was it actually healthy and it is a good diet for you? So I don't know. That's my only issue with it.
Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers.
I had both my children with a midwife and all natural. Are you going to all natural or take the pain drugs?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do, huh?
I was talking to somebody else who was pregnant, and she was like, oh, I'm getting the epidural. I don't have anything to prove. I thought that was so funny.
I know. It's like some contest. Like there's just all pregnant women that haven't had epidurals written on some board somewhere. Like
no, I get what she means, though. It's not like a contest or anything, but we are having an all-natural birth, and I am birthing with a midwife, and it's going to be wonderful. I'm excited.
Very excited. And to me, I don't have the yoni. I'm not doing it, but I just want to, have my 2 cents here. it circles back to meditation. My yoga teacher, Bhavani, I love you so much. She actually had she had twins, and she wrote a book on it. And it's something that I always just think about it, circling back to meditation. Where do you think Lama's breathing came from? We're talking about the ability for you to control your body and to relax. That's it. If you can relax and control your body and breathe consciously, then yes, childbirth is effortless. And if you
ask me after
are stressed, well, you're gonna watch the video. You guys are gonna watch the video and see all the good. No, you probably won't see the GoPro down the chute.
Robert the other day was like, "Oh, we should get the GoPro
I just have
in
that
the
in my head.
tub." Like, no, we should not
right
do
there,
that.
right there. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see GoPro water birth? Huh? Right here, huh?
I don't consent to that. Yeah, easy for you to say. That's right.
Exactly. Hardly Timon, vegan YouTubers seem to dodge this question on live stream, but
like the Ravana question.
But have you ever tried vegan chocolate chip chickpeas recipe cookies? Sounds off, I admit, but pretty good. Oh, that does sound good. So
chickpeas as the base.
As the base, yeah, like a powder.
I've never tried that.
I haven't, but you know, if you watch the What I Eat in a Day video, 2 days ago, we made that chickpea quiche, and that was the same thing.
Oh my gosh,
so that has been my favorite. Like just the quiche is just amazing, and that's the same thing. So it's basically like just think about making chocolate chip cookies.
Do we have garbanzo flour left from that?
We have a little bit left.
Okay, yeah. I want to try to make those cookies.
Because you technically could just replace any flour, you know, like whole wheat flour or whatever, with that garbanzo
flour. If you have a recipe,
flour.
send it to us. I'll try to make them.
Yeah, if you want to send us the recipe. That's right. Don't get her. Pregnant girl on cookies. You shouldn't have said cookies. We gotta keep scrolling. We gotta keep scrolling. We can't do that. We can't give into that. Come on, let's keep scrolling here.
Vince wants to send you his eyes. How do you do that? You email him.
Okay, so
send him to his email.
theinfinitecup@gmail.com. Make sure you go on the YouTube, Dr. Rob Morris YouTube channel, and watch the video on how to take iris photos. I get a lot of eye pictures.
Especially if you have brown eyes, it's hard.
It's hard, and I understand that. And I get a lot of pictures from people that are not even readable for the iridology reading. So you got to take your time and really do it. Watch the video because you need a flash. It helps if you have a person, you know, with you. You don't need the person, but I really need the best quality pictures you can get. The better the quality, the more I can read, and the more information
he said he has really good photos, so
that we get.
He's prepared.
Okay. If you're good photos, dude,
come
then
take
send
mine
them.
too, because I can never get good photos.
Yeah, I mean, we have pretty good ones of you, but I want to for us.
It's harder with brown eyes though. For them,
yeah, but we can still do it, but we just need like 6 months. You know, I like doing them every 6 months to really see. If you do it every month, it's a little too much, but every 6 months to a year, the way our lifestyles are and the way that I'm on the herbs and doing all this.
It's true.
It's an art. It really is. It's something where I've taken so many and I understand it. But if you're new to this, if you're new to iridology, it can be very, very confusing. So
I'm like kind of bummed because, I mean, not bummed. That's a bad thing to say. I wish that I could be like I was super into like my detox and like healing and into like my iris and stuff before I got pregnant. And so you can't do any of that kind of stuff. You don't want to be doing cleansing when you're pregnant. Yeah. It's not the time.
You're building a baby.
I'm like excited to like have the baby and be able to like hit it hard again, you know?
You're gonna hit it hard.
Because I have certain areas of my iris that I'm working on.
Because your body, I mean, you're gonna just spring right back and I know you've been complaining about, you know, certain things, but it's just, the way I look at it, you have just 9 months to do this.
Yeah.
Just
then I'll be in like nourish and repair mode, and then I'll be like,
I would be stoked. Are you kidding me? You know how much time it takes for me to make these tonics and stuff? Like you just need to be on autopilot. Just chill, enjoy life, eat fruit.
I know, and it's so funny. I like go out and eat like vegan chicken sandwiches, or oh my gosh, if you're ever in San Diego, go to Plant Power Fast Food and get their Big Zac. It's like a vegan Big Mac.
Seriously.
And it is legit exactly like a Big Mac. It's so good. But it's just funny because then I post pictures of me eating food like that, and people are like, oh my god, and you're pregnant, shaking my head. And I'm like, oh god, you know what? No, I'm not detoxing. I'm not juice fasting right now. I'm fucking eating.
People are silly.
Excuse my language.
People are silly when it comes to that.
Big Macs when I want to eat Big Macs.
Yeah, because you're pregnant. So eat. You're hungry. I mean, it's silly. It's like, do you really expect a pregnant woman to be on 1,000-calorie diet or whatever? You know, like it's just silly. It's absolutely silly.
Kat, you send the eye pictures to his email.
InfiniteCup@gmail.com. Send me your iris photos. Take really good pictures. It reminds me of actually what I need to do. You just reminded me, Kat R, because I actually need to do that locally. I'm going to do this right here. I'm actually going to go take down those yoga flyers and make a flyer like this, because this is what we're talking about, people. Iridology, okay? This is what we're talking about. Can you see this? Okay. This is the chart. Is it backwards though? Or is that video screen normal for them?
I don't know.
I didn't even think about this, but the ohm symbol is
really backwards.
Is it backwards?
Yes.
Is it backwards? Is it mirror reflection? Is this an ohm symbol for you guys? Can you see it, or is it backwards?
This is a better example because it's
oh yeah. Can you read this? Can you read this? Sorry, I'm trying to do this on the live video. Oh, it's a mirror. Okay, so
no, you need a mirror.
Okay. I don't know. You can't hit the mirror button. There's no like.
You can read it now, right? We're good.
I tried, people. I'm trying. Okay, if it's mirrored, then we're just gonna don't read this, or don't look at the R and the L. I'm sorry. You can just
pull up a picture on Google.
You can pull up a picture on Google. Type in iridology. This is what you're looking for. Okay, you're looking for a chart. Okay, this is good. I'm sorry if it's mirrored, but basically, this is the key to health. This is something I don't think Ravana, raw alignment, whatever, we'll never talk about this, ever. Because this is true health, okay? And this is really getting to the bottom of what's going on inside your body. So yes, I do readings. I do free iridology readings. Send me your iris photos. This is for YouTube only. They're like really short readings. It's not the full in-depth readings. If you want a full reading that's later, just email me. Iridology. But yeah, I need to make these flyers. I'm actually going to make like the same exact flyer and go post them up around town, because people really need to be educated about iridology. So
somebody said that tat is dope, and if you're talking about mine, thank you. I'm like,
that tat is dope. Which tat?
I don't know. I'm assuming this one because it's like the one that's out.
It's the one that's out all the time.
I got this in Thailand, and it was done with hand bamboo instead of like a tattoo gun, and it was the coolest experience. I don't know if you can't really see it, but the shading on it is like so legit. It's so cool. Yeah, I love this tattoo. Highly recommend bamboo tattooing. It's way better than
hand stick. I love it. Love it. All right, guys, this is a great live video. Really want to appreciate every single person right now on the live video. It's Monday. I had zero expectations. I was like, it's Monday. Everybody's going to be just at work or whatever. Nobody's going to be on the video. And we got 20 people on the video. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
Somebody said with like
stick and poke. That's right.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like a traditional Thai method where they use like a long bamboo rod and then they tie needles onto the end of it, and then they do that. So it's like I was literally sitting there for like 5 hours just like poking my skin by hand.
We love stick poke. I tapped into it. Oh man, 2012 I got this. 2012. And then yeah, this was stick poked.
This he got in Thailand.
Got that in Thailand as well. I don't know if you guys can see it. What's the mirror? It's a mirror thing. Can you guys see that?
Mirror is different than upside down.
I know. But yeah, you guys gotta really get some hand. It's really intimate, and it's more, especially in Thailand. Like you can get Buddhist monks to tattoo. You can get anybody to tattoo in Thailand. It's pretty awesome. Flower of life. Someone recognized it. That's right. I got them everywhere. Another one. I'll sneak. There's one. There's more.
What? Another what?
Flower of life. There it is. There it is. Right there. In the background. Everywhere. Why? Because sacred geometry is life. Everybody, shout out to anybody who knows about sacred geometry right now, because
Heartedly Tin Man is going to leave us the recipe for those cookies. So.
Really nice. Thank you, Heartedly Tin Man. I'll type the recipe to uploaded video of my cousin baked. Interested in what you think. There are a few. Okay, sweet. There are a few courses. Garbanzo cookies sounds amazing. Yeah. I'll sign me up. Sign me up. Oceans and love and mercy. Blessings to you both and manifesting a healthy birth. Yay! Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honestly, the thing that makes me feel the most prepared is like I've been doing birth visualizations and like
I like it.
Yeah. So like really
What's
like
that about?
You know, you can have a lot of like being pregnant and then like even right after giving birth, you're like at a very open state and
very
you're
vulnerable,
very sensitive emotionally and very vulnerable in general. So you know, you can get into like, I've had this like weird, like recurring fear that I'm going to get like stabbed in the stomach. Like, it's so weird. It's just
Just a
anytime I go out in
protective
public,
thing,
it's just
yeah.
like, it's this thing
Mother
that like comes
energy.
up, you know?
Yeah.
And so the thing that really helps me feel confident or feel really comfortable and combat all of that is like doing just like basic visualizations of like, what does a healthy baby look like? What is having a comfortable and happy birth look like?
Yeah.
What is what does our ideal birth situation look like? And like really envision that. And it's like you're basically creating the narrative of like how things are going to go. And if you think about it, like the more you think about things, like look back at your phone like a year ago or 2 years ago, and what were the things that you were like taking screenshots of or that you were like thinking about and talking about. And it's funny to see how much like those things have come and become like a part of your life. So really whatever you put into your sphere and into your mind, into your mental space, like that's what gets created and manifests into reality. So really just like be the creator in your life. Like take time to meditate and visualize what that perfect life looks like for you, and you're that much closer to making it happen just by doing that, you know? Yep.
Truth, Allison, truth. Speaking of truth, Ocean of Love and Mercy, I love your name. Love your name.
Someone will have blue or brown eyes. Me too.
Ooh, we should take a vote. It's a 50-50 shot. Allison's got the blue, I got the brown, I got the blue. So it's a 50-50 shot. And a lot of things, I think babies too, their eyes change. So
when babies are born, their eyes aren't colored yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's a lot of people, like we have to wait obviously until the baby's like a few weeks old to actually know the true color of the eye and the iris. But this is a good question because a lot of people, for me, when I think about iridology, I think about genetics, and it's specifically 7 generations, meaning prior 7 generations is what makes up this vessel and the ancestors that I have, and then all the action that I take, every single tonic, every single herbal.
It's crazy how much Robert has his eyes have cleared so much in the last few months because he's been hitting these like certain protocols and really hitting the points in his eyes that areas that his eyes have identified as something to work on, and they've cleared up so much. I've seen them gotten so much more.
I'm so proud of it. It's one of those things where it's because you I have the clarity on how to take action, right? I think people, they like get into this and they're into health or whatever, but you really need to pinpoint what is going on within you to create that energy. So for me, it's always been gut issues, like small intestines in particular, meaning I don't have SIBO, I don't anything like that. What it is was just the standard American diet really rotted my gut, and over time, literally my intestines got misshapen and blah, blah. And I've literally figured all of this out through iridology. And it's one of those things where I can feel it intuitively, but over time through the herbs and different protocols, I've tried everything, guys. And yes, certain things work more than others for my body type. So yes, it's just cool because I think people without the iridology, you know what I mean? Like they're just kind of throwing darts at something and just whatever score they get. So
yeah, it's like doing almost like a test to pinpoint where exactly like the weaknesses are in your body, and that's like that's a good way to look at it too. Is like you have stronger areas of your body or weaker areas of your body. So you just need to see like what needs help, what needs extra support or nourishment, and you can get that through your diet.
And having a holistic approach.
Teas or whatever,
having
Somebody
a holistic approach.
Kat asked if I have true brown eyes, and yes, I do. Mine are.
Yes, Allison has actual brown eyes that are very hard to photograph for iridology, and it's just one of those things. She gets very irritated when I do the thing and the flashing. So it's I get it. And if you have brown eyes, have extra patience because it's just the pigment and it's really close to the pupil color. So it just takes longer to actually have a decent iridology photos. So that's just how it is. And I want to just mention, the holistic approach to this. I want to just use myself for an example. I think my nutrition's on point. I got the, the tonics down and everything. But to be honest with you guys, I need better sleep. Someone's peeing 3-4 times a night, and my sleep is not, I'm not blaming Allison. I'm not saying like it's your fault. What I'm telling you guys,
obviously we sleep in the same bed together, and especially when we sleep like in the van, we're very close. So there's no like if I get up or I move at night, then I'll basically wake Robert up. So he basically has not gotten good sleep because I haven't gotten good sleep since I've been pregnant. So
and I'm not like ashamed. We're focusing on getting the van bigger, getting the high top. We're doing certain things to make our lives more comfortable. I'm incorporating more herbs and doing different protocols to get deeper sleep.
With deeper sleep has been like our phone and like light,
nighttime
our
routine, nighttime routine,
our nighttime light routine, and
Yep.
basically not having any electronics or watching things after after it gets dark
Exactly.
outside, and just like
Yes.
letting our bodies naturally get tired. That has really helped to
Probably the biggest
regulate
thing.
our sleep cycles. Like in
We're
a
all
huge
victims
way.
of that.
Not being on our phone,
scrolling on
Like we kind of just
Instagram,
give ourselves
8
like
or
a
9
cutoff
p.m.
time at night, and then we just
Yep.
make it chill, relaxed time after that. You know?
So yes, I just wanted to talk about that, like for my sleep, you know, because it's an aspect of health, right? And it's one thing that, yes, even myself, I could have the best diet, the best organic smoothie or whatever, but if I'm not getting 8 hours of really solid REM, get into that REM sleep, no joke, I get I get into these astral projections, I start getting into lucid dreaming and stuff. I get frustrated because I'm not getting that deep sleep. And it's one of those things I just want to mention because people need to have that like holistic approach to health. Okay, it's not just about the food, it's not just about your movement, it's not just about anything, any one thing. It's about that holistic, well-rounded approach to creating a sustainable, healthy life.
So Mattis wants to know, are there any true eye colors besides blue and brown? Somebody said we could have a child with green eyes, so now just
So
brings
we
up
can
the
talk
blue
about
and
it.
brown eye.
Yeah, it's the blue and brown eye. I've made several YouTube videos about this, but basically, there is no such thing as green eyes. And what you okay, on my birth, I can actually show you too on my wallet. It says hazel on mine because I was born with green eyes. And what that is I do have blue eyes, but the toxicity has changed the pigment of my eye, which you and I would call green. Okay, it's like a mixture of the two, and you can't really see it. Yeah, can't really see it in this video or anything. But I just want to like show you an example, like how.
So what makes it kind of look hazel is having actually the brown like ring right around the iris, and
it's like colors
right
that
around
are
your
mixing
pupil,
together. Think of it like that.
And
yeah.
so that's what makes it look like a hazel eye. But
Yeah.
you can just imagine if that wasn't there, then his eye would just look totally.
It would just be blue. So, and I like to think of this as layers. Okay, so this is like your eye right here. You literally have layers. And what do you think what do you think cataracts are? That's the last layer before you go blind. Okay, think about that, people. So, you know, for me, it's like here's my blue eye, and it's like layers of toxicity through my ancestors and grandparents and dairy and whatever. So you got all these layers, and I can see them. My favorite word for this is clouds. Robert Morris uses that word too. It's like clouds. It's like you got this beautiful, construction, this beautiful geology. Everything is right here. What makes me, like this beautiful blue, vibrant eye. And then there's like these clouds. And what those clouds are is like a stagnant lymph system, stagnant organs that are not filtering, stagnant skin that's not breathing, So yes, through all these layers of these clouds, now you can say I have like a green eye because it's covering up my true nature. So the real answer is yes, there are only blue eyes and brown eyes in existence on human beings on planet Earth. You can, get into.
I said blue plus yellow is green, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you put yellow or light brown.
We all know our colors from third grade. And for me, so we can get into this deeper, but you can't see it in this video. But the sulfur and the orange, that's another thing. So so that orange and everything. So I don't want to get too far into this live video.
What books teach iridology? I would say I don't know any.
There are books.
There are books, but I really like
Jensen,
Dr. Robert Morse.
He doesn't have any books.
He doesn't have books, but he has a lot of videos. He has a ton of YouTube videos on it, and he shows eye comparisons and stuff. So he's a great resource. Steph Z asks, so through iridology, you're able to find out what tonics and protocols benefit you most.
Yes.
But that's kind of a separate thing too. So like you can
after.
Yeah, so you can use iridology to show you where you need to improve like stagnation. So you could identify that your kidneys need some help, or your lungs are what's struggling, or that it's cholesterol or whatever. So then the protocols are like the step 2 part and how you target those specific areas. If you want an iridology reading, Robert does them just for free. Send a picture of your eyes over to his email. And if you need help with like knowing how to take a good eye picture, just like Google it, iridology eye pictures, or how to take iridology photos. Mattis, do you send me a picture of our eyes? Give us a short reading per email. Did I got that right? Yes. So actually I do it like on YouTube videos so we can educate everybody. It's like the best way. Every single eye that I see is new. You got to think too, people. So he'll like hold up a picture of your eye and then put that chart over it too. So you can actually see like what areas are. Yeah. And it's one of those things where people, how do I say this? Like people really get confused with iridology. And I just want to say this. Every eyes are different. My eyes are different. Allison's eyes are different. Every human being has different eyes. So why would we all have the same protocols or the same diet?
You know, you got to think genetics. You got to think about your history, and this
You
is
can be
a
surprised
one-on-one
sometimes
thing.
even by the results, because it's like, oh, I'm not a big drinker. Why is my liver
Well,
bad
if Daddy
or
was a
whatever, you know?
drinker,
But yeah, so
Grandpa
that's where
was a
you
drinker.
see like the family history come through,
Yeah.
and that's where like the different areas of weakness start to show too. That you might have just been born with a liver that needs more support than somebody else's liver or something. Yeah.
Steph C, how much are you charging for a reading? Nothing. I do free readings on YouTube just for free, like but they're very small readings, like short readings, like 5-6 minutes.
Like this.
Yeah, 5 or 6 minute readings. If you know, contact me at theinfinitecup@gmail. Basically, I just do the free readings, and the serious people like that are signed up on my Patreon and stuff that want to get like the herbal protocols and like you want to get serious with this, then we can talk about that. And that's something that I do as well through my one-on-one coaching services. Just check out theinfinitecup.com. Now, I don't do this all broad and stuff because, like I said, this is on a one-on-one basis. Everybody has different things going on within them. My job, I just do the live video or the YouTube videos to give you like just, hey, this is what's going on in your body. That's it, like 5 minutes. And if I do too much, then it's honestly confusing for people and it's overwhelming. So if you want that though, and if you're the individual person that wants that, then all you got to do is email me, theinfinitecup@gmail.com. Little, you know, hey, looking for a reading, curious what protocols, and we can work something out, because I don't want to be that guy. You know, people charge like $200+ for iridology readings. I don't want to be that guy. I just want to help people, and it's something where because
you can
I've
get
spent
really detailed in like the report side of it too, and like what to do, like.
That,
Dr. Robert Morris, I think, gives like 15 to 20 page like reports and stuff.
But you gotta go there to do it.
Really, like really down this road to detox and like already pretty knowledgeable about it. So.
Yes. Okay. So blah blah blah. I just sent mine. Mine are blue. Cool. Thank you. I'll check the email. Yeah. Cool. So again, and when you're sending me your iridology photos, I need the best photos possible, because this is a graph right here. And, you know, just to talk about it for a few minutes. This is the body, like the head down to the feet, and you can see all of those, you know, like here's the breast. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is just like your foot. This is every part of the human body.
It's crazy. A lot of women have stagnation in their breasts. You know,
almost every woman I do a reading on, it's because of lymph nodes. Okay,
you have the most lymph nodes in your body, all right here, right where women wear bras. Yep, so it's really important to not wear, especially underwire bras for women. It's really not.
And that's the thing with Dr. Robert Morris, is he's done the best work, in my opinion, for understanding the lymphatic system in general. Like people, you know, the entire Western medical system, doctors, whatever, don't even entertain that idea at all. So to me, it's just a very common sense thing, you know, and it's just a matter of what you're going to spend your energy on. I want to spend my energy studying these things like iridology, lymphatic system, herbs, things like that, things that have worked for me, that I know that are working for others, because it's something that is tried and true. It's not convincing anybody that a diet works or this protocol or whatever. It's just you taking herbs, you increasing the life force and the longevity of your human life. Awesome.
See, Jackie said that's interesting. She's never even heard of this.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's why I'm always going to make videos about it, because people right now, even with veganism or something, like I said, they just think, oh, I can be vegan and then I'm cured. Like, that's it, you know? And that's the thing, guys. I've been on this vegan diet for over 10 years. And guess what? I'm still learning more about my body and the things and the toxicity inside of it with iridology. Now, I don't want this whole live video to like promote myself or whatever. I just wanted to say that because at the end of the day, I think iridology is a system
of self-knowledge, and so it's a tool that you can use to identify the areas of your body that you can work on to increase your vitality and increase your energy even more. So I love that. Okay,
Jackie,
you have a name picked out for your baby.
Oh, names! This is gonna trigger Alison.
Trigger.
Well, you just don't like talking about names.
Well, I don't like talking about names because I'm probably not going to tell anyone what our names are beforehand, because I want it to be like exciting when the baby happens.
So let's just do.
But so no, don't tell anyone any of our names. But
I think we should tell them one name for boy and one name for girl, and just tell them what they think. All right, guys. Anyways, sorry, she's not going to answer your question.
The thing is, though, we have first of all, we don't know whether it's a boy or girl, so we have to have names picked out for both. And we keep changing our minds on what that name is going to be. Anyways, like we'll be so set on one, and then we'll be like, I don't know, a few weeks later, like, I don't know, let's keep thinking about it. So
If you want my answer is it's going to happen when the baby comes out and be totally inspired and completely just a pure magical experience. I think it's important to just live in the moment, live in the now. And I think people get so fixated on like, oh, the baby name and this and the sex and parties and whatever. And for me, I'm just excited to just see this baby come down this just amazing canal and just be birthed into this human world, you know? And in that moment, that's when that name will come to me, to us. That's what I think. So I could have the best James, Charles Jr., whatever name picked out right now. And I think honestly, it'll be different than what will come on the day. So.
I've actually had dreams since like even right before we conceived, I had my first like real dream and like this vision of us like having a baby. And I already knew the sex of the baby, and
time will tell.
I've had several dreams that have. I had another one recently that was like the baby's name too. So we'll see. We will see. I know.
All right, Jackie. So you just need a basic picture of your eyes. No, you need like a really high def picture, and go on Dr. Robert Morris because there's an entire video
and just look like
how to take
iridology photos, and you'll see like a good video and stuff on it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you meet your baby, you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And we got 2 months, so we're 30 weeks. The clock is ticking. We are in serious construction mode in the van right now. We're probably going to rent like an Airbnb and just have some chill time and relax because, to be honest, it's been stressful. It's been very stressful. That's the thing, guys. Stress doesn't have to be negative. Having a baby is going to be stressful, yeah, but it's a positive stress, right? We're very excited. Very excited. At the same time, though, we have to create that environment.
The stress isn't from having a baby. It's from being
not from having a baby.
Los Angeles.
It's from the city Babylon rat race is what it is. Yeah. It's not from when I was on the farm doing all this. I did not have this stress in my life. So it's one of those things where
I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Now, after having been through this experience, if you get pregnant, I don't recommend like moving to the city if you already live in like.
Very true.
Live on a farm or something. Yeah.
Very true. So yeah, okay. I can't believe we've been on this video for 1 hour and 46 minutes. Can you believe that? It's just been great. We're gonna do this every Monday, guys. We're doing it. It's sad because we did it last Monday, and I was like, I'm still new to this like YouTube live stream thing, so. It's been fun just trying to figure it out. So I think I figured it out now. So because this is live stream number 2. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and call it out and say live stream every week, Mondays. I don't want to say a time. I don't want to commit to a time, but I'm going to say 11 a.m. right now. Okay. But I am committing to every Monday. Yep. So I'll see you guys there. And yeah, we are going to, oh man, actually it's a big day today, 12:45. Yeah. Gleb. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Got some questions for you. Gleb. Wait, how do you pronounce this last name? Chuv. Shilev. Gleb Chilev. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Why are the most of the North people eyes like Scandinavia super blue in spite of heavy animal products consumption? Curious about that. Bothers me. Maybe it's because of cold. Ooh, good question.
You have to think that like, okay, if you are living in a place where you're not eating a lot of processed foods, you're eating like off the land and like that kind of stuff, your body's not going to have any trouble detoxifying on a daily basis from those things. Like our bodies are meant to heal naturally and are meant to detoxify. Yeah. It's only when you have like an accumulation of too much of those stuff that the body can no longer filter it out.
That could take lifetimes too. So yeah.
So if you have a history of ancestors who have very healthy genetics, and then that gets passed on to you, then you have a better starting point than other people do. So
and that's called a constitution, and that's based on the white lines that you see on your eyes. A lot of people have really wavy lines, like waves, like the sun, but they should be straight fibers. And that's just the easiest way to explain it. With Scandinavia and all this, I just want to talk about environmental pollutants. Right now in LA, no joke, we are breathing in more toxins than I have ever breathed in my entire life. That's why I'm combating and doing the herbal protocols and things more so. In Scandinavia, you don't have to worry about it. That's why I love Alaska. That's why I brought Alison up to Alaska. That's why I love it there, because it's pure. you breathe air there, you feel amazing. Like you're literally living life on an extremely higher level than most people.
So your body doesn't have to do as much
breathing.
to detoxify on a daily basis. Like when you live in a city, it's like you're breathing in things constantly. You're surrounded by so much environmental stress on the body that you have to do more to replenish.
Exactly.
Whereas if you're just living out in nature, you don't have to do that. If you're just eating natural foods, like eating off the land, like Vince said. Like,
and check out Wim Hof. I mean, check out Wim Hof. Hope you guys know about him, because all these people in Scandinavia, Norway, whatever, what are they doing? They're doing cold therapy, right? They're in these high Arctic places where they're doing cold therapy. Cold is alkaline. Heat is acidic. So think about that. If you're doing that cold breath work, you're getting rid of inflammation. You're getting rid of all that stuff in your body. I mean, to me, that's way more of an active like detox lifestyle than like going in LA and getting a bunch of fruit at the grocery store and blah, blah, blah. And that's, I mean, that's what we're working towards. You know, we're just down here with family because our family is here, and, you know, we're going to move to Hawaii and we're going to do all of that. But we, you know, we got to take the proper steps. So that's something I really just want to mention, is like all of the toxins that we're experiencing, you know, on every single level. So that's what it's all about.
What does it mean when the area around the black middle point of the eye is brown, even though the rest of my eye is pretty green or blue?
When the area around the black...
I have to like see your eye, but usually like yours are like that too. Usually that's sulfur rings, right?
That's what orange,
that's what the orange is.
So, but this is about, it's brown.
He's saying it's brown. Like he has a blue eye.
This is just really vague.
Brown. So like send in the picture of your eye so you can see exactly.
Yeah, I can't do it through words. I apologize. I really need to see a picture, like, you know, of your eye. So just take the best photos that you can, send them to theinfinitecup@gmail.com. I do readings all week, probably like 2 or 3 videos during the week. So just stay tuned for the video response.
Yeah, you can watch other people's videos too and get an idea. Yeah. You can just see similarities.
That's very helpful too.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from watching Robert Moore's videos and stuff, and that's what's inspiring me to make videos and stuff too. So new subby here, Violet May. New subby here. Already love you guys. We love you. Thanks for being here. Cheers.
That's cute.
Cheers
Actually,
to the new subscriber.
So one thing that we can talk about with names, though, is that Robert's family has a tradition on the women's side of naming, like all the girls have the middle name of May. So that will be
all the first girls.
Yeah.
First girls in the family have the tradition of having the middle names. Yes. And then myself, my dad has the same exact birthday and name as me. So I am Robert Breton Jr. And technically our third, you know, if it's a boy, we have a third child and name him the third. So I just think that would be cool, just because it's like traditional, and I don't really think that many people have like the third on the end of their name. And I just think that'd be cool. So that's usually what I like to think about. Matt's like, do you know what it's linked to? Maybe. Yeah, and like I said, I want to get through, and, you know, Vince, you're right. Brown usually means constipated, need to clean the stomach and bowels. Yes, but that's very vague. You know, I don't know if you have like a true brown eye. I don't know if you have a true blue eye. Yeah, it's just hard to just even talk about that through like words. You know, I really need to see a picture. It's
hard to talk to words.
It's just difficult. Like I'm trying to vision it right now, and it's like there's so many variables in iridology. There are so many things that complicate the reading itself. So just send me your pictures. It's all good. That's why I like this stuff. But Vince, dude, you're totally right. You know, the stomach and the bowels are 99% of people's toxicity. Why? Because you got to think about gravity.
People don't have. I think
it's just the last part of the shoe. It's the last part of the hole.
A lot of people have gut issues and they don't realize it, or they don't have good.
They're not pooping.
Absorption and elimination. Yeah. I think most people don't have healthy poop, and they don't even know.
Most people are afraid to poop. Like, are you kidding me? No, like they're literally afraid of pooping. Like they don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like that's what crazy is. Like once you get through this detox, I embrace it all, guys. I got an enema video. Watch my enema video. Get it out. Get it out of your body. John Wayne had over 50 pounds of undigested fecal matter in his dead, rotting corpse.
Well, it's so weird too to think like that people who are on fast, like what was that person you were saying was on like a 10-day juice fast and they were still pooping?
Yeah, my friend, shout out, I don't think she's on this video, Shauna right now, and Rachel.
But imagine going 10 days of fasting, of not eating for 10 days, and you're
still pooping.
So that means you have
water only. Liquids only, 10 days, you're still pooping, okay? Think about that. the GI tract is over 40 feet long from this hole to the next hole. Okay. Think about that. What's in there? What's in that GI tract? Okay. And think about gravity. This is the beginning of the hole. The end of the hole is 40 feet. What does the body have to do to get that food once you put it in here all the way down? What's the, oh my gosh?
Jackie said, I used to be so afraid to poop. Growing up, I pooped once every 3 to 4 days. No wonder I had acne. It's so true.
See, yes, acne. Thank you, because your colon's all backed up now. Your intestines are getting all out of shape. And what happens? Your skin is backed up. The whole rest of the body gets backed up because you can't poop. You can't release the toxins. Pooping, breathing, peeing, and sweating, skin, 4 things. That's it. That's the only way to get out, people. There's no way to complicate it. You can't simplify it. You need to speed up those 4 pathways. And yes, it's crazy the amount of women too that I've noticed. I think it has something to do with the uterus, and I'm just saying I've known a lot of women who are constipated throughout my life and doing this work than men. So I think it has to do with the food and maybe the hormone cycle. I'm not entirely sure, but constipation is not good. Not good at all. So that's what I want to talk about. People need to get the bowels moving. In all of my YouTube videos, you will see links to products, and they're just Amazon links. Yes, I get a small little percentage. I just use this to, people ask me all the time, like, what products do you use, blah, blah, blah. There's a product on there. It just says cleanse your bowels. Click on that. What is that? It is activated magnesium. It's ozonated, or sorry, it's activated. Ozonated is another discussion. Basically, what we're talking about is things to break down that mucoid plaque and to help you cleanse the bowels. And it's a very good product. I would highly, 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 highly recommend it. It's basically just ozonated. It's oxygen. Okay, it's not ozonated. I'm sorry. It's oxygenated magnesium by Global Healing Center. And
for me, coming from like the nutrition standpoint and background, I think fruit is like your absolute #1 best friend. Melons, especially papaya, is like one of the best things you can do for your digestion. You can even eat it if you have like an upset stomach, and that'll help with digestion. Eat a few of the seeds, but that will dramatically improve your digestion.
And what's so funny? What was it?
It hydrates you from within. You have to think that's what the benefit is of eating whole foods, is that you're eating everything you need to digest it in the apple. It has the fiber, it has the water content, everything. Whereas if you're eating a French fry, it's actually going to dehydrate your body, and your body's going to have to use up some of its stored nutrients to digest that. Of course, no, I eat French fries. I'm not saying that.
I was kidding.
But what I'm saying is, if you're having issues with going to the bathroom, you have to think about, are the foods that I'm eating conducive to digestion in my body?
Raw lemon, I think was a bigger one. Like, I haven't pooped in 5 days. Or no, it was raw Ivana.
Well, it's like you can't.
Who was it?
I don't know.
I get it all confused.
It's like
They're all
you
blended
can't
together.
not go to the bathroom and then, or you can't stop eating fruit, and then like of course your digestion is going to suffer. Yeah.
Clean up the stomach. Brian, Beatty, I just did 2 enema bags, feeling clean. High five, bro. Boom. High five. Because thank you. Thank you for just talking about it. Thank you for embracing detox. Thank you for embracing the colon. Thank you for embracing an enema.
I just want to mention too, I do believe in enemas. I've done them before myself, and I don't really believe in colon cleansing in general, though. Like colonics is different.
Well, yeah.
Like
that's like a whole video right there.
Colon, it's not really a good
pressure versus gravity.
Because
that's
you
why.
Want to keep cultivating a healthy bacteria in there, you know. So you don't want to wash away that bacteria. To me, that's just very unnatural to like shoot water after.
It's definitely a one-way, direction. But if the reason why enema bags are great because it's just gravity. You're just using gravity. There's no,
it's not forcing anything.
No compressor or whatever pumping air. So Jackie used to be afraid to poop. Yep. All right. Vince, acid is coming through the skin. Acne. Exactly. Exactly. Violet May, my beautiful friends, what is your astrology? Everybody wants astrology today. I do medical astrology, and this is very similar to iridology. Okay, cool. I have been learning how to read iridology charts to incorporate into my readings.
Sweet.
Very cool. So, yeah, so again, I'm a Taurus. This is Virgo. And I'd be curious to what you say, Violet, as to what your medical astrology.
I've never heard of medical astrology.
I've never heard of that either. So it's like, based on your astrology, you are predetermined for certain medical symptoms and things. That's interesting. I actually haven't thought about it like that. It makes sense, and
I've talked to a couple of
I would be curious to hear your thoughts on it because my system is very different, and my system is very much based off of this. Who knows this
You
book
just took
right
my
here?
bookmark out.
Oh, I did? Oh, really?
Yes. Darn it. It's okay. It's okay.
Well,
You
I
can-
wanted to show people just the book itself, but
Okay.
just because the book, I'm just saying, because this is my background, like this is my training, basically. Okay. And if you, Violet May, I'm curious what your, opinion is when it comes to medicinal astrology, because I love astrology, but I'm just telling you my programming and everything information that I get is from this right here. So if you know about Paramahansa Yogananda, or if you know anything about the lineage or about self-realization fellowship or anything, then you kind of understand. If you don't know, and this is all just going to be completely over your head, so it just doesn't matter. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because people, this is my foundation, okay, right here. This is my truth. This is what I would share to you when it comes to astrology and all that stuff. So cheers. Sorry about the bookmark. Oh my God, okay. I feel bad. Yeah. JD, I totally dig, have learned much, and thank you to our great, always learning, always growing, excited about the little one too. Yeah, we are so, for me, however, I see too much slavery. My dad, his dad. What do you mean by that?
You really have to break those chains of conditioning of like
slavery. You're talking about like the programming, like the slavery to the American system? Because yeah, I hear you, brother, and that's what we're doing. That's the work that we're doing right now. I think he's talking about
generational, like passing on your
consciousness, like that mentality of slavery. I'm just not sure what he meant by the word slavery. I am proud to have not forced fed another innocent human being into systems of enslavement for which they have no control over and has very little chance of even identifying before perpetuating. Thank you. Wow, that is awesome. Yes, so that's what it's all about. That's what we're excited about, to bring a child into this earth to not program, about creating that environment to thrive for yourself.
That's where conscious parenting kind of comes in, and being aware of your own strengths, weaknesses, limitations, being aware of yourself and your identity as a person, so that 100%. You can not just automatically transfer those things onto your kids, and you can really consciously decide what type of parent you want to be, or what traits you want to pass on to your children.
I agree. You know? I totally agree with that. So JD, great points, brother. That's spot on, dude. Spot on. There's a lot of people right now that are simply living that programming. That's it. And it's what I call a self-limiting belief, SLBs. That's our programming. Okay. And you gotta meditate to really understand your programming so you can create that change. We all have programming. I'm not better than you. I have programming. Alison has, we all have programming. We all have SLBs. You need to target your self-limiting beliefs so you can create that change and create that life that you really want. And the only way out is through. So you got to really target, what is that SLB? 9 times out of 10, it's a self-worth issue. Okay. You deserve it all. And it's coming, circling back to affirmations, meditation, really getting into a practice to embody this new way of life rather than just living from the old. So thank you. Mattis, what do you do for healing your gut? Like, what's your approach? Okay, great. Great question. So healing the gut is all about whole foods, fruits, vegetables, wide variety. For my mistake that I made in the past was like going hardcore fruitarian, going hardcore raw vegan, and I was actually too alkaline and actually did too much good, believe it or not.
For most people, they're not going to get to that point, though. Robert's just like very dedicated to whatever he does. So he went like, True. But I would say definitely whole foods and anything that has fiber, fruit especially.
Fiber is your best
papaya,
friend.
Melons, watermelon. All of those things, they eat them on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Freaking gorge yourself. Eating as much fruit as you can, especially in the morning hours. Fruit is best to eat alone and by itself. That's what's going to help cultivate that healthy gut flora. That's what helps you digest food, and that's what like the real goal is. That's how you target proper gut health.
And on that note, I want to say, as a farmer, food is just not enough. And meaning it's 2019, we have done horrible things to this planet and the earth, and the organic is not even enough. Okay, so you got to bring in superfoods. I know this is mirrored and you probably can't see it, but this is moringa powder. So I've been, eating a lot of superfoods and a lot of these things in my life, spirulina, whatever. And it comes down to, when we're talking about healing the gut, we're talking about minerals and we're talking about fortification. So yes, you need the superfoods. You need things that are going to help round that smoothie out, help round your diet out, right? Because moringa is a great example. Less than 1 tablespoon. Let's see if it has the exact. It doesn't have the exact on this one. 92 different vitamins, nutrients, amino acids, antioxidants, blah, blah, blah. So think about that. 92 different minerals, antioxidants, vitamins right here in this little powder. So, and this is not like a powder. I want to mention that I'm not like the superfood powder guy that has like this organic protein that's like a bunch of like 100 ingredients in it. This is one thing. This is just moringa.
But this is an easy way to add another element of nourishment to your diet that will help you create a long-lasting diet that works over the long term, that makes it so you don't have to switch back and forth. Not everyone needs superfoods, but that's a way to like really punch up your nutrition, boost your nutrition, and just put a little bit in your smoothie or whatever, and you just get that much more.
But don't just go buy any moringa powder. That's the thing, is like, I don't like you know, just telling people like, oh, moringa's good, and then you just run to Whole Foods, you spend $50 on something, and then it doesn't get you the results. Why? Because a lot of these companies are not actually, they don't have integrity. And they're, yes, it's a moringa powder, but they're using a lot of really cheap, fast ways to produce their product. Okay. So what I would do is, what I've done is, I've been on this path for many, many years. I've tried almost every product, and now I've done the work for you to just tell you what works. So this is Pure Vita, great product, great, amazing thing. So the reason why this is different, guys, you see this little thing right here? You see that? Okay. This is just proof that it came exactly straight from Nicaragua, straight from the tropics. I'm trying to read that writing for you, but you can't really see it. And that means it's just a one source direct, right? It's literally just this bottle chip gone into your smoothie, done. No middleman, no blah, 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 no gimmicks and da, da, da. I have an affiliate store on my website. If you want to, you know, save some money on this product, you can save 10%, and, you know, I get a little kickback. You support the channel. It's a win-win.
What's in it? That's just moringa powder. It's
just moringa. That's the thing, is I don't do these big. That's why I don't, you know, bust out these things. I have a million things. This is just moringa. That's it. Moringa. So it's an alkaline superfood, and you got to trust
the other
Pure
ones
Vita.
That we do like this too. Like we have other. What's our other? We have like a Hawaiian spirulina. That's like another green powder that we use. It's okay. You don't have to show them. I'm just talking about it. Like those are some of the other
to have a visual
whole food supplements that we include in our diet.
Yeah.
How often should I use my enema bag, and how long should I hold it in for best effect?
Silver Winter, great question. How long should I? Okay, so I would say minimum 20 minutes. It's not going to be 20 minutes your first time. I have a like, I've done so many enemas, guys. I can hold it for 30 minutes, and I do a lot of yoga poses. This is an advanced enema. I have an advanced enema video on my Patreon page, and all my advanced content is going to be on Patreon, because I get a lot of, you know, trolls and stuff on YouTube. Basically, when you get that water in you, you need to hold, the longer the better. The longer the better. Do the whole bag. Temperature is key, because you need to get like, it needs to be hot enough to where it's actually dissolving stuff inside you, and not too hot to where it's irritating the bowels and the colon. So yes, 20 minutes is great. And I would
go really gentle. Make sure you don't use overly hot water. If it hurts you at all, don't use it. Make sure it's cooler than that.
Like I said, it's all about that perfect temperature. But you're asking about the next thing is like
how often do you need to do it?
How often? You can do them every single day if you need to. If your toxic load is that backed up, if you're that, like, I haven't seen your iridology photos or whatever. I have no idea where you're at. I'm just saying, if you're toxic and you feel bad and you don't have that mental clarity and you don't have the energy that you want and you're just not happy with your body and stuff, I would do enemas every day. Yeah, I've done them every day back in the day, and it's one of those things where you hit it hard when you feel like you need to. You know, these are tools that are available to us any time of year. Okay, and I think they're great. They should be in every hospital room. I mean, it's going to relieve the pressure off of your organs and other things that are going on within your body. Now, that's like the very beginner level. I don't want to get into the advanced stuff in this video because it's very advanced and it's just overwhelming. Meaning, like, I do specific poses, yoga poses. I do massages. I would say do 10 minutes on your back. If you want to get into
all of that stuff, just connect with Robert on Patreon, and that's the kind of stuff that he talks about with Patreon members. So we just need to talk about basics here. Okay, so today I think farm foods aren't as high in nutrients than they could be at farm
Where you reading?
Permaculture.
I just need you to say the name.
Mattis.
Where is that?
Right here. I think today that farm foods aren't as high in nutrients as
but we're skipping. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other ones first, and we'll get to that one. I just started incorporating moringa. Yay. What happened when you went fruitarian? What happened? Were you too alkaline? Yes. Being fruitarian is great, but it's one of those things where you got to be in tune with your body. It's not for everybody. I look at what was that phrase that somebody said not so long ago that I really liked? That was, it's a prescription. It's a prescription.
I said that. That was me.
It's a prescription. But where did we get it from somewhere?
No, I said that.
Oh yeah, it's great. Like I love that. Think about like instead of like a label like, oh, I'm going fruitarian, bro. Yeah. You know, don't think of it like that. Think about it like as a prescription.
Think about your diet as a prescription for your health. And so that prescription is going to be different based on wherever you are in your body.
Yeah, so that's a really good way to look at it. So you only need like maybe a week or a month or maybe a year.
What smart person said that?
I don't know. Okay, now we're going to go. We got all your questions. I just want to keep them in order here. Okay.
What do you think about Kratom?
Not a fan. There's a lot of... I can't talk about it because I've never done it, but I do know about it, and I do know there's a lot of things coming up in the natural world because of we're all tired of the pharmaceutical companies and blah blah blah. Here's what I would say for anything, whether it's cardamom or cannabis or whatever. If you're using it and it works for you, amazing. Keep using it. Awesome. If that thing is using you, then you need to stop. Meaning you wake up and it's like, oh, I just need the kratom. Oh, I need the kratom. You know?
It's easy to be addicted to anything. Yeah. I don't think anything is the one like cure-all, solve-all. Like, oh my God, I started doing kratom and it made my life change, or I started doing whatever it is and it made my total life change. Yeah. Because health is about a balanced approach, and it includes your meditative practice or your physical practice.
I'm just gonna grab the charger.
You're where you are spiritually and mentally also. So all of those things factor into what quality of health you're going to have. It's not about you finding the one superfood or the one thing or whatever and it saving your life. So back to Mattis's original observation. I think today farm foods aren't as high in nutrients.
Solar power.
And that's absolutely true. My favorite person who talks about this is Zach Bush. And I think on Instagram he's Dr. Zach Bush MD.
Yep.
He has some YouTube videos out and stuff. Catch any of his talks because he is so well educated and so knowledgeable on this topic of nutrients, the nutrient profile in the foods that we eat and how that's dramatically decreased because of our modern farming methods. And it's more than just permaculture too. It's like literally our soil has been depleted. So
I know this firsthand, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, and that's something that both of us are really passionate about. From obviously Robert's experience being on a farm, I worked on a farm also, and then my knowledge and background in nutrition and health, like education and just like natural health. If you even look at like a tomato now has I think 50% less lycopene than it did
in the 30s, because they test that
even in the 50s within 2 generations. So it's kind of crazy actually how much we're changing just because our food system is changing, the quality of food, the nutrient content that is in the food that we eat today. Most people, when they go to the grocery store, they buy iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, apples, and bananas. And so those foods, because they're the most like heavily farmed, are starting to lose nutritional quality also because they just keep getting replanted and sold and blah, blah, blah. So the foods that, even the common foods that we eat are losing their nutritional density. So it's more important than ever to eat a very broad diet, eat lots of different kinds of greens, not just iceberg and
phytonutrients, baby.
Yeah, so you really got to look at eating lots of colors. I always say count colors and not calories. And you want to eat like rainbow foods all the time, every single day. And that's how you'll make sure that you're getting a broad range of nutrients and vitamins, minerals, all that good stuff in your diet. Baby's getting excited because I'm getting excited.
Mattis, so superfoods can be really good, increasing the micronutrients contents of your diet. I use Chlorella. Chlorella is great. I love Chlorella as well. Mattis or wild greens are good too. I do a lot of, God, I just miss Alaska. Honestly, I can't do the wild stuff in LA. It's a Babylon jungle here. We got to get somewhere where you got to go get the wild food. That's what we're doing in Alaska and other places as well.
Whatever makes my happiness. How do you guys deal with hate comments? That's a great question.
You go first.
That's a great question.
I got my answer.
Honestly, it's something where once you start putting yourself out there on social media, it can be intimidating because you're putting so much of like your heart and soul into everything, and you have such pure intentions, and then people can just come on and just like say something totally stupid, and you're like, I don't know. Sometimes that feels very like you're not getting a lot out of it. I'm getting to that. Oh. So you have to kind of grow a thick skin, and you have to just really believe in what you're saying and what the message is that you're trying to share. And if you have a good foundation, then you can kind of keep coming back to that. And it's like, well, I don't care what this person says, or I don't care if nobody's taking this seriously, because I did what I needed to like get that out there. We definitely, I would say the bigger your bubble kind of gets, or the more people start seeing your content, the more you get hate comments, and the more you get kind of negative feedback, or just random people coming and trolling on your pages or whatever, especially on YouTube and Facebook. I think those are the biggest areas for that. And
it's all the same.
Yeah, so it's kind of, sometimes I get like worked up about it, and I want to be like, this person's so stupid or whatever. And
are you getting triggered? Are you getting triggered?
Sometimes people do trigger me, like they do, and then I just think about like, why am I really upset by what this person said? Like, what is, you know, do I agree with what they said and I think what they're saying is true or whatever? So you have to kind of like, I don't know, just grow, become more, it helps you become more grounded and confident in who you are, because you realize that you don't care what other people say or think, and you're just gonna like do your thing, you know?
Yeah.
How about you? How do you say you deal with hate comments?
I respond to them with loving, pure emotions. It's one of those things where honestly, I've gotten a lot more hate comments, and I got my first hate, like email, got legit trolls, the most negative comments on everything that I do. And I could easily let that go to my head, trigger me, and get me all riled up. And I don't know if it was Gary Vee or whatever, but to be honest with you guys, like, I use social media very differently than most people. Like, I do not consume social media. I do not go on Instagram and check my feed and like check the comments, and I probably should. You know, I apologize, you know, for not being on there as much as I should. But what I'm saying is, people live this life on social media, and it's like not their real life, you know. And for me, that's just not what I do. So I have a very real life, and I, you know, live it, and I want to be authentic, and I don't. And I know those hate comments are authentic too, right? And I've been there. We've all been there. And what it is people are, yeah, you are. People are very hurt. And I'll tell you what a hate comment is first. It's the old paradigm hanging on, okay? It's the old self that does not want to change. If you have any triggering, if you have any inclination to talk negatively about somebody, it's because you want to be that person. You're jealous of them. You want to be like them or do whatever they're doing in that video that you're watching and putting a hate comment about. So I understand that. So when I see those comments in my videos or on Instagram or whatever, I respond to them with love and emotions, and I really try to shine light on that situation. A lot of people, I think, are expecting me to get into that debate and get into that. Like, it's like, honestly, like kids, like children. I think about like my sister. I have an older sister who's 7 years older than me, and she used to antagonize me all the time. You know, she's like rile me up, you know, and like poke me and whatever to get me all riled up. And that's exactly what a hate comment is. It's like a poke in my side. And thank God for my meditation practice and yoga, because I have developed a discipline where I can actually you know, be in that witness, that observer mode, and understand, you know, that cosmic view. I can understand what that person is feeling in that moment. I literally understand it. I have empathy for this person. Whatever makes me happy,
instead it's not about you, it's about them. And that's what you have to remember at the end of the day, is that they're just, everyone, including myself, is just projecting their own reality.
That's
so if
We're
they
just
see
mirrors.
Something and they're upset by whatever you're doing, it's because they need to comment and project their own reality. But what about this? But what about the way I see things, you know? So you just have to allow people to have that. And then usually what happens is like other people will comment, and it kind of creates like a conversation between like other people, you know? So
it does. That's the best part about it. Just embrace it.
I used to get into like arguments with people online, or I would try to, not necessarily arguments, but I would try to convince people of my perspective. And now I don't really try to do that. I just put out what I'm putting out, and I don't need to like defend it to other people. You know?
I would say if you're defending anything, it's insecure. You're insecure about it. Meaning you don't have the confidence in your life for whatever that is, whether it's diet, yoga, whatever, and you're defending your belief. That means you're not confident in that belief.
I think I get more triggered by your comments. Like I get I want to put on the protective hat and come.
A lot
and
of
be
people
like,
do that, and I get it, and I appreciate all of you.
I want to come
that.
and be like,
really
don't say that, like,
yeah,
whatever. But it's more about things that get commented on your videos than on my videos.
It's because my bubble's bigger. That's all, and it's like people are getting triggered, say, and that's just my analogy for the creating a business or whatever. And it's like I'm working really hard on creating this bubble to change lives. Right? My intention is to change lives, to get people to have more of a vibrant, happy life. Okay. Through yoga, meditation, experiencing a natural, clean diet with rich in fruits and vegetables. Now, that's my intention. What are you saying?
Susanna wants to know what biohacking is. I first heard about it from Elise's video.
Oh my goodness. You don't even know about biohacking. So bio means life. Hacking is just hacking life. And Dave Asprey is the famous inventor of biohacking maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And he invented bulletproof coffee, and all of these people that are following trends right now in the LA scene is pretty much fat, high fat keto diet thing is the trending right now. And that's the biggest thing.
Biohacking is at its core is basically understanding an element or an aspect of the way the body works and then hacking it to like fit your needs. So for instance, like with keto, the idea behind that is like, okay, the body runs on glucose, but it will run on your fat stores if it doesn't have enough glucose available. So the way to like hack your system is to like deprive your body of glucose so that it runs on fat. So then you burn fat and you lose weight. So that's actually the whole theory behind like the whole ketogenic diet and stuff. It's like, I'm going to starve my body of glucose of the sugar so that it just burns the fat. And that's great because I'm in fat burning mode all the time.
Because we're just going to hack life.
And you can do that for a short period of time and it will work and you'll lose weight and whatever, but your body is not meant to run on that. And eventually it will cause health degradation and it causes more negative, harmful effects to your body in the long run than in the short run. Another form of biohacking though might be like red light therapy or something like that. So there's kind of different aspects of biohacking. When most people use it lately, it's in the context of the ketogenic diet and like bulletproof coffee, eating a high-fat diet, and low fruit sugars.
Vince, keto, let's lose weight and eat tons of acid. I know. For those of you that get it, you just get it, right?
It's just another thing it's just a trend, in my opinion. And
just like the whole 30 diet or whatever. I'm ready for the lollipop diet. Who's ready to eat Skittles for 30 days? I mean, what's next, people? I mean, come on.
Okay, eating healthy is expensive. My girlfriend was diagnosed with, I can't read this, ankylosing spondylitis, and we decided to shun the allopathic approach and have taken an entirely plant-based whole foods path.
For you.
That's excellent.
Good for you. I'm not sure. Oh, allopathic. Yeah. So they went to an allopathic doctor and they probably told them to eat a bunch of eggs or whatever.
No, they don't talk about. They probably gave them a bunch of medications. You know what I mean? They don't talk about diet at doctors. Yeah. Even as a relatively well-paid technician, I can barely afford the locally grown foods. If we had a child, I think we'd be homeless, as if we rent a house which is for sale, but I can't buy. Yeah.
I hear you, sister, brother, JD, brother. Yeah, we're in the same boat. If you're anybody like, I don't know, 35 and under, you understand the predicament that we're in. So yeah, that's why we live in a van. That's why we're happy to be outside.
Our solution to that issue is that we decided that we didn't want to pay rent, and that the rent and living, that cost of living expense was our biggest thing. Like I had rented a place since I was 18 years old. So for 10 years, most of my income was going towards just paying to live in an apartment and all of the bills and everything that come along with that type of lifestyle. And so we decided to not live that type of lifestyle anymore and not rent a place or not have like our own place, and instead either do work trades by living on a farm. And that worked out really well because then you get free food too, the best possible food. So that's a good option.
Even if you have a baby, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, we definitely are advocates for alternative housing solutions because of that issue. And you know, Robert and I really are into health, and we believe in nutrition as our biggest source of healthcare. So we do spend a good amount of money on food and making sure that we eat organic as much as possible, and we do spend a good amount of our money on healthy foods, and we make that our priority, I would say.
And I agree, and it's just the environment that you're in. You know, if you're on the farm, fruits and vegetables are free, if not cheap and easy, you know. But if you're living like us in this big city, then yeah, we spend a lot of money on food right now. We're not happy about it, but that's what we have to do, and that's why we're moving to Hawaii. I mean, the plan of action is literally in force. It's happening as we speak. So, excuse me. people just need to take action, create that change. If you're valuing health, if that's your #1 priority, then you're going to put yourself in that environment where fruits and vegetables are going to be #1. Period. Done.
Shaking the van. Violet May says, Yogananda is how I got started on this path. Ayurveda and Jyotish.
You got to speak up so they can hear it.
Just reading it to you. They can read it on their screen.
No, but
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to say something out loud, to me, everybody can still hear it. Paramahansa Yogananda is how I got started on this path. Awesome. Jyotish is how I practice and study. Perfect. This is great. I use 12 sea salts to correspond to each zodiac. Wow. Okay, so I never thought about that. That's a great, yeah, so it's, I get it now. So thank you. That's really cool. I'd be interested in, when we are born, we are missing 3 vital cell salts.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to learn more about medical astrology. I don't know anything about that.
I've never heard of it. That all sounds great to me. Shoot me an email or something.
Okay, so
I would love to.
Barbie asks, do you think that there's going to be long-term damage to the vegan movement by the exodus that's happening right now?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. The damage has been done because there's only like a handful of, vegan celebrities, and now over 50% of them has gone ex-vegan. So the answer is yes.
I don't think so. I personally think that this is going to be something that kind of strengthens the vegan movement, because who's left in the scene are well-educated people who are knowledgeable on this topic, who actually know how to form a healthy vegan diet that is sustainable in the long term. So what it's happening is that a lot of people are now like really dissecting, like, okay, what is going on with SIBO? What is going on with these diets?
Sure.
Like, how do you create a lasting vegan diet? And there are people who are out there doing it very successfully. There are even raw vegans that are out there doing it successfully. So it's not necessarily about the diet. It's about how you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's the question again?
Is this going to be is there going to be long-term damage to the vegan movement? And I don't think so. I think I think
the damage has been done, yeah.
Who are vegan really question, okay, do I know what I'm talking about? What is the nutrition behind this, blah, blah, blah.
I hear you.
Of course, there are going to be people who just leave the movement because they're just in it for it being a trend and a fad, because they're just following whatever's the trend and fad.
But statistically, I think that's the majority. I think, sadly, the truth is, yes, because Ravana, Raw Alignment, Tim Sheep, these people have literally millions of followers. I don't have millions of subscribers. I don't have millions of fans on the Infinite Cup. So I'm just saying the honest truth. Yeah, is yes.
If you want some good resources, I think Goji Man is great. I think has a very educated approach.
Yeah.
Lily Koi Hawaii is awesome. I love her.
Yep. And those are great, but my point is
those are people who talk about the nutrition behind it.
Sure, but my point is those people are not the vegan stars that everybody knows. That's what I'm saying. So in my opinion, all these people watching these video, everybody only knows Ravana, Tim Sheep, Johnny Juicer, and maybe who else can you think of?
I know.
I'm just telling you, and look, now they're all 3 out of the 5 are gone. So it's yes, and I'm just talking about as a whole. Robert Breton, my intention, yes, is I agree with you. Yes, there is a bigger resurgence that's going to happen. There's going to be more truth than ever, because people like myself or what's her name? Raw Vegan Ginger was a great one too. She's obviously in tune with this and calling out the bullshit and the lies. Okay. So that's clear as day. I don't care if you're vegan or not. Now, the question though is does it hit the movie? Yes, meaning just analytics. I can see that literally millions of people are being affected by this, and it's just sad, But at the end of the day, my personal opinion is yes, we took a big hit. We took a huge hit, the biggest hit actually, because Tim Sheep wasn't even that big, but he's still really big in the community.
What both of them kind of had going was
that
people who were not vegan were paying attention to them just because they had such huge platforms. And that's, I think, the thing that's the biggest hit. I think people who are already vegan because of ethical reasons or whatever, they're not going to change. But the person who was just paying attention to it, who was oh, I'm interested and I'm curious because this girl's vegan and she looks so happy and healthy and has 1 million followers. Now those people are seeing that same person switch back to eggs. So they're thinking, oh, now eggs are healthy for me.
Exactly. And at the end of the day,
maybe I should switch back to eggs and I'll feel better because of it. So they obviously are having a negative effect on
so what we need to do is circle back and retake over this word vegan. Seriously, these people were never vegan. Raw Ravana, Raw Lemon, never vegan. You can tell they use their channels for money. Money. They sold out, okay? And look at that. Literally, Ravana was selling a 21-day juice cleanse while eating meat. Eggs, dairy, whatever. So just think about that, okay? Now, for me, for us, for what we're going to do, for all the true people that are here for love and light and positivity, we are going to just reclaim that word vegan, right? Those are actually ex-vegans now, and I don't even like that title because they were never really vegan. The point is, we need to reclaim that word veganism. I feel just like you do, I'm sure, as like even more than ever, like a strong desire to uphold the vegan message now more than ever. More than ever. Read them. Let's do it. Let's get in this. We're gonna be here all day, people. I'm getting hungry. I'm like, shoot.
We need to
There's not enough food in this like vicinity to even keep up. Okay, go all the way up so we don't miss it. You're just reading them, don't read.
Yeah, I am, because we can't answer all of these.
Yes, we can, babe. Are you kidding me? It's a live video.
I need to go eat lunch.
So go eat lunch. All right, I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna answer all your questions right now. What are your thoughts on raw lemon? Okay, I'm scrolling up right now. Give me a few minutes. Here we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Do you think vegan is going to be long-term? Yes, we talked about that. Very disappointing. Thank you guys, by the way, for giving me these questions. Thank you for being on the video. Seriously, this is awesome. Thank you. What are your thoughts? Hold on, here we go. Herbal tinctures when added mineral salts. Yeah, awesome. You guys are great. You guys are just killing it in the comment section right now. This is great. I've been trying to go plant-based since January, but after a few weeks, I keep experiencing energy loss and hunger in the middle of the night. Any suggestions? Wow, okay, great question. Since January, so January, February, March, so like 3 months plant-based, experiencing energy loss and hunger in the middle of the night. Okay, this is transition. I would really think about what foods you're eating. I mean, plant-based could mean so many things. What foods are you eating? Are you eating whole foods? Are you eating real nutrient-dense foods? Especially at night, you want to make sure you're going to bed with a nice, satiated, just you feel good, right? And people are not really in tune with that. And this is going to take time. So, for example, with me, my body loves potatoes. I know Dr. Robert Morris, I know Dr. Sebi talks about not eating potatoes. My body loves potatoes, probably because of my Irish. I don't know what it is, but just for an example, I can eat like 10 potatoes and my body is just thriving, like absolutely thriving, right? And that might not work for you. So my suggestion would be to really take the time to think about what foods are best for your body, okay? Write it down. Have a little food journal. I had 3 potatoes today. I had some bananas. I had this and that. I went to sleep, no energy. I woke up really, really hungry. Day 2, I had this food. I had more lentils and less potatoes, more sleep, more energy. Oh, your body needs more legumes. Boom. So trial and error, experiment, figure out what works for you. That's my advice. It's not a one cure-all, heal-all thing. That's not the world we live in. I know that's like the expectation. It's just that's not the reality. So that's really where it's at. Great question. Vince, here we go. I have a question. What herbs or protocols do you suggest for ADHD symptoms? Okay. ADHD is a very, it's just a silly word. A lot of people have ADHD. Think about all kids had ADHD before that was invented. So I just want to say it's coming from like a hyper-stimulated nervous system. Okay, it's coming from our environment. If you're watching too much TV, if you're watching, we live in a very artificial world. Okay, so really think about that in the sense of how are you, living this in a day-to-day life. So ADHD, in my opinion, yes, is very common, and a lot of people have it. But they don't. Oh, we brought food, pasta salad. Yeah, so now one of us can talk and one of us can eat. I got the battery. We're charging. We're good. We got the van. We got food now.
If you guys haven't tried Ripple.
Ripple is
milk.
The fountain of youth right here, guys. Or not the fountain. The elixir of youth. Okay.
We call this the elixir of immortality.
We do. just because the pea protein is amazing.
It's so delicious. Seriously, it's so
we don't
good.
do that often. It's one of those things we're like going through the store. We're like, are we going to get the Ripple? Are we going to get the Ripple today?
It's like our treat to ourselves.
This is a good question about ADHD. I've heard a lot of fruit in Hawaii is hella expensive too. It is, but when you live on the farm, that's the thing. I just want to circle back to that lifestyle, you know? Yes, if you spend money on food, especially in Hawaii, it's going to be expensive. Here, you can eat while I talk.
Okay.
And it's just one of those things where, yes, you're totally right. And you have to live in the moment. You have to live in that farm nature like lifestyle. It's not something where it's this rat race 9 to 5 where like I wake up, I go to my job, I come home, I have dinner. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you just living life. And in Hawaii, there are, in my opinion, more people than ever living real life, meaning not 9 to 5, in their hearts, in their greatest, optimal, thriving life. Okay, and it doesn't have to be Hawaii. It just has to be an environment that is best for you to thrive. That's it.
The next person, produce not pills.
Produce not pills.
Hopefully you don't get mold toxicity from Hawaii. You know what's really interesting is Lily Koi Hawaii brought up a really good point.
Yeah.
She was saying like, mold toxicity seems to have the same symptoms as undereating and malnourishment. Interesting. So I thought that was a really good connection to make.
Well, the funny thing is with her, I don't know if you even know about this, but I follow Dave Asprey and stuff. So Dave Asprey had mold toxicity, mold poisoning. Mm-hmm. So I guarantee you, I guarantee you, she's plugged into Dave and like this new biohacking and stuff, right? So Dave released a documentary on mold, right? And what did she do? I got mold. I have mold poisoning, guys. I got mold that's it. Mold is the thing that's been
it's that mentality that you're just like something is constantly wrong with you, and you're like anytime you hear somebody of some new story of I tried this new thing or whatever, you're like, yes, that's gotta be it. That I've been eating. That's gotta be solve all my problems, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you gonna catch up?
Yeah,
you're gonna catch up.
Okay. You eat.
Okay. Vince, you're on top of it, brother, dude. All right, he's going to swallow the pig. He's saying when you put in the good, it gets in your system going. You get your lymph moving, get the plaque moving, get those acids out. The dead stuff hits your bloodstream. It's the only way out. It causes fatigue. You got to keep going. Thank you, Vince. Yep. Finally, somebody understands. Where are those toxins going to go? When you have that aluminum from the, aluminum on the potato or whatever, and you eat that, and it's now lodged in your system, and you finally have some fruit and a green juice or whatever, and it's actually, chiseled out of that organ, and now it's in your bloodstream. Where is it gonna go? It's got to come out. Get it out of your body. That's why we're talking about enemas. That's why we're talking about breath work, meditation, yoga, cleansing. What question?
About trying to go plant-based since January?
Yes. So start there and go down. Good lymph right there. Snack on apple seeds and nuts right there. Yeah, we're caught up. We're caught up. Thank you.
But if you're experiencing energy loss and hunger in the middle of the night, that's really interesting.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I would work on regulating your sleep cycle first of all.
I talked about that.
Yeah.
Do more. Go ahead.
And that will help you with being able to sleep through the night. But if you're feeling like you don't have enough energy, then I would definitely look at making sure that you're eating lots of lentils and beans and things that are going to create long-lasting energy, like even whole grains, lots of oats and that kind of stuff that's going to give you the long-term energy. So complex carbohydrates, yeah.
What's up, Cowspiracy Cats?
Even just snacking is a good point too. Eat when you feel hungry. I'm a big proponent of intuitive eating, meaning eat when your body is telling you that it's hungry.
I'm so hungry.
If you're craving foods, then eat. You don't have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't have to eat 3 meals a day. You don't have to eat 6 meals a day or whatever. I would say just don't restrict yourself. Sorry, there's a trash truck going by right now.
Trash truck.
Just don't restrict yourself. As long as you're eating healthy whole foods, you know what those are.
Oh.
And just make those lots
of snacks. We got our troll. It happened. It happened. So look at this guy. All right, everybody. Our troll came into the video. PewDiePie Felix, this guy right here. Remember the earlier questions about hate comments and stuff? This guy right here, watch. He's going to start talking in the video right now. Watch. Here it comes. You guys are the worst vegans. I called it out. Okay.
It's all good.
This is great. No, this is great. Hold on. It's a great live example. Live example. We're going to send, all of us are going to send love to PewDiePie Felix right now. Right now. Here we go. We're going to just take 30 seconds, and then we're not going to give him any more attention for the rest of this video. 30 seconds. Do it with me. PewDiePie Felix. We love you so much. We want you to come to the light. Brother, come to the light. I know you're watching PewDiePie's videos. He's like the #1 YouTuber on the whole planet. I know your mind is filled with so many negative thoughts. And I want to send you love. I want to send you real love and real positive white light, real energy. And I want you to embrace everything positive in your life. I know somebody wronged you, somebody stole your power, somebody did something terrible to you, and I understand, and it's okay. We love you. We want you to be thriving. We want you to be just wholesome and just very complete, and we are going to send you this energy right now for an entire 30 seconds. Love, bliss, white light is coming to you right now. Absorb it. Take it in your system right now. Here it comes. No more than 30 seconds, by the way. 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds. Hold on. PewDiePie, Felix, get it. Get the white energy, the white light, the loving vibrations. Get it. Get it. Okay. It's out there. It's into the digital space. Now, no more. See? Now, no more. We can't give in to PewDiePie because he has the love. See? PewDiePie Felix, I think that's your name. We gave you the love. Felix, you're awesome. That's it. You're awesome, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for commenting on my videos. You made it. I love you so much. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody said all you need is a deep parasite.
Felix, all right, we're going to read this from Vince real quick. Felix, you're awesome. Don't forget your stats. You were born, super rare thing. You had to fight 1 billion brothers and sisters to be born. Congrats, you made it. Yes, see? All those little sperm. You were one of them. Thank you. Felix, all you need is a deep parasite cleanse. That's so true. So true. When you want to take the herbal protocol, when you want to get those parasites out of your body from all that raw meat, I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you. I am here.
I just like this person's name, Swamp Hick. I can't not think of another term when I
Wait,
that name. The last one, Swamp Hick.
Oh yeah, what do you say? Oh, you're talking about the actual name. Yeah, Swamp Hick. It's awesome. JD, if it not that PewDiePie, this guy has 7 subs. I think he bailed anyways. Too much love. See? You see, guys? Thank you for being here. Thank you for that support because love triumphs all. Seriously. At the end of the day, I know it's hippie, mumbo jumbo, but it's like for real. For real. And this guy, PewDiePie, I've seen, almost not all of my videos, but like some serious hate like on my videos. And I embrace it, guys. Why? Because I got nothing to lose. Nothing. When you have that attitude, when you're lit, nothing can stop you. Why? Because fruits and vegetables are going to heal us all. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it. All right, Nadia. Okay, we're on to the next thing. Thank you, Felix. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get the pasta salad back because that was really good. That was really good. Okay. I got to calm down.
All right, I think we should call it, and we should be more
should we
next
call
Monday.
It?
Yeah.
Okay, we probably should call it, guys. We're on hour number 3. Did not think it was going to go this long.
We got so many good questions, though.
Great questions. Definitely doing this every week. We're hungry. We're both hungry. Pregnant mamas, 3 hours. I can't do this to her. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised I made it this long.
Thank you guys for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone that's taken the time to sign up on the Patreon page. Thank you, everybody who has taken the time to subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, from the bottom of our hearts. I know Alison feels this love too. And thank you. Seriously, that's all we want to do.
All right, we will see you on Monday.
Peace.
Bye.
Much love.